Welcome to the Goods from the Woods. My name is Rivers Langley.
I'm Sam Harder.
And I'm Carter Glasscock.
And today we have got a full goddamn house with the brightest stars of LA comedy. First up is our friend. You know him. You love him.
Evan Kessler.
Evan Kessler. Or
No. Yeah.
Well, you pointed in between us. You literally pointed directly.
I'll do the next one. Here's our other favorite guest. You know him. You don't love him.
It's Joe Kaye, and that's right. Y'all fucking hate me. Y'all hate me with your lives.
You're haters and fake friends.
You'll never get fucking rid of me.
Fucking haters.
I think pointing between two people is the ultimate way to find out the ego on someone. It's
Yeah.
Oh, it's obviously me. I like how we both didn't want to accept
Well, I looked at you and was like, so are you going to talk?
One time I hosted an open mic in Austin, Texas, and I was jokingly introducing this guy as a Austin, Texas comedy legend. And this other guy who had been doing comedy for 20 fucking years in Austin, when I said that, he gets up and he starts approaching the stage.
Oh my God.
And I'm actually introducing some guy who just started comedy 6 months ago.
I love
just
that.
joking around, and I was like, damn, that's sad.
Hanging around an open mic scene, how many years is it till you become legend?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't even take. It takes acts. Some people can just act their way into becoming a legend and then quit open mics forever, and you're still going to talk about the guy.
Yeah,
and it doesn't necessarily have the best connotation at all.
No, a comedy legend. You can be a prolific bad guy.
Yeah.
This guy is a Walgreens legend.
Yeah, he's stolen so much stuff.
Yeah.
He's known at every Walgreens.
So sometimes the open mic legends and the Walgreens legends are one and the same. You know? What
Yeah,
I mean?
I could definitely believe that.
This guy's a parking lot legend.
Yeah. When you said that, I had some distant memory that I don't know what it was, but I did that at some point. Somebody was vaguely introducing a comedian. I was like, oh, okay, well, obviously. And
Oh, the beautiful one? Yes.
Yeah. The sexiest boy on this side of Birmingham. Oh, that's me.
It always happens to me. Someone will be like, "This guy has the best hair." My hair is really curly, and I would just be like, "Oh, yeah."
Yeah. What's better, the performative sincerity or someone being so crass and kind of insulting someone as they bring them up? I think for the audience, it's the insulting someone as they bring them up, as opposed to be this guy is actually all right on a personal level.
Yeah,
someone gets serious.
Break it down. It's
Although if people don't introduce me as that, I get very upset.
I mean, it's funny to bring it all the way down and be like, look, there was a time where I thought about ending it.
Yeah.
This is the guy. This is the fucking guy. I want you to acknowledge that. Before we introduce him, I want everybody to take a moment of silence. Just
there are moments in life when it feels like all is lost.
So you've been to my mic.
Joe is always so nice bringing me up. It makes me feel like a superstar.
That's true. Carter just got back from Nashville. How was
did.
that? Anything to report from Music City, USA?
Moist.
Nashville.
It was fucking moist. All right, so I went to a friend of mine. I went to Laura Peak's wedding, and it was nice.
Oh, fun.
And I was wearing a suit, a big boy suit.
Yep.
At the wedding. Got it all pressed and ready to go. And
Then you got it
Now
steamed.
your big boy suit, that was your communion suit, right? That is, it still fits.
it's kind of a one size.
You were this
fit all
big back
suit.
then.
It was. I've always been this big.
You've always been. You came out of the
My
womb this
poor
big.
mom. Yeah.
Your poor.
My mom is also a giant, so it wasn't that.
I was going to say
she's a very small woman.
You had it steamed by yourself, probably after being in Nashville.
It was in a little cabin in the woods in Jolton, Tennessee, which is a little north of Nashville.
Okay.
It's beautiful. It was this little vineyard cabin place. I was sweating my nuts off, the whole, embarrassingly so. It was I had a secret or something, and I was about to be exposed, the whole time. Sam, did you get El Pollo Loco?
What an insane! That's so,
What a power move!
What a power move!
Are you gonna eat?
That's
Are you gonna eat a
unbelievable.
tostada during this?
Oh, no. Well, let me break down what happened.
That's
What has led to this
amazing.
order during the podcast? So
when you
last
got up, I was like, "Oh, he's gonna take a shit or something."
oh, hell no. I took care of that hours ago. So last night, I go to do a show at the world-famous Glendale Room. Great reputation.
Yeah, great. There's nothing marred about it at all.
No,
right now.
no. Great
See, that's the kind of when you bring someone up, it's local legend.
Oh, speaking of that,
Yeah.
I was at an improv theater. Someone was talking to an improv person, and they were like, oh, yeah, there's certain things people can do in an improv scene to kind of just be a dick to other improvers, and he's like, can they do that to comics, like when you introduce them?
Yeah.
And they asked that to Shane Bianchi, and he's like, yeah, I guess you could give him a bad introduction. You could be like, hey, this next comic has AIDS. And to an improv guy who's like, okay. Because they're generally nice.
I was about to say,
Yeah,
the,
they're
improv,
all-
the improv guy's like, I just left the Mormon church.
Yeah.
They're all suffocatingly nice. They're like, if you're mean to me, I'm going to move back.
Okay, but also...
Yes, please tell me.
Yeah,
I
Glendale
need to
room,
know.
Glendale room, very near a cheesecake factory, right?
Okay.
Okay.
So me and my
Okay.
girlfriend, very hungry, go into Cheesecake Factory last night. I ordered the chicken parm pizza style. Are you familiar with this?
God damn, I love the Cheesecake Factory.
I'm so...
they are psychotic
I'm
little
I'm
kinky
so
fucks.
hungry.
Hold on,
I
hold
just
on,
see
hold
the
on.
I
word
call it
chicken.
River's birthday factory.
Yeah, hell yeah. How is the chicken parm pizza style not just a pizza with fried chicken on it?
And cheese.
Baby,
Wait,
baby, you're so wrong here, baby.
Oh, yeah?
Baby, let me break it down.
Baby, let me
baby.
break it down for you.
Talk to me. Talk dirty
Here's
to
what
me.
I'm envisioning.
What? Okay, yeah, give me your vision.
I just think it's a pizza,
Yeah.
and then they stick chicken on it, and they just fold it over and they
Like a
go, "Here."
calzone.
Yeah,
Like a chicken parm calzone.
But it's like a full on like Domino's pizza.
Oh, like when they did. Yeah, okay.
No, also wrong.
Okay. I'm dying- oh my God, I'm
What
dying to know.
happens is they take a chicken breast and they pound it down till it's basically
Schnitzel.
flat.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, schnitzel style.
Hell yeah.
And then they bread it.
Is it a pilot?
They bread it with chicken parmesan breading. Put it on a plate. Cover it in red sauce and cheese.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, they put a little handful of pasta noodles that have been slightly stirred in Alfredo
is.
sauce.
Oh, shit.
There's
Okay.
like the whole fat salad.
So also I should mention that my fridge isn't working right now, and I have
Still?
made no effort.
Oh,
I've made
no.
no effort to fix it. So as I'm
no.
eating this, I'm like, I could take some of this home. No, I can't. I gotta
Oh,
just
no.
fucking eat it all.
It's also like the water there is like 500 calories.
yeah,
And everything is like.
this thing was like 2,000 calories,
Oh,
easy. And
baby.
then my girlfriend wanted cheesecake, which we didn't
Yeah.
need. And then after it came to our table, she also agreed. Oh, we didn't need to get this. I was like, yeah, I knew that before we ordered it, but okay.
Yeah, but you can't
Wait,
not.
what if
You're
you-
at the factory
I
where
know.
it's made. You have to get the cheesecake.
And so
Right.
we did, and then I ate so much. I came home and literally for hours was like making zombie noises. I was just in my room going like,
What if you died last night and this is just a podcast we're doing in heaven?
Yeah.
fucking, I guess.
Yeah,
We
hey,
all
you know
died.
what? If I found out that I died last night, wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
If this is how I found out.
Yeah, I would be
If I
so
found out I
disappointed
died-
if this was heaven.
Oh my god! If I found out I died last night, I was like, I had fucking dental work done this morning. This is what heaven is like. We're gonna
Yeah.
have like painful dental work done in the morning.
Please
Yeah.
welcome our guest, Jesus.
I feel like I would
Hello.
get to heaven and I would still want to talk to a therapist.
Yeah, you need to. You need
No,
to if this was heaven.
Seriously, what the fuck happened? What the fuck happened?
As it turns out, though, if you use a therapist, you go to hell because you should only use the Bible for everything.
That's true.
Wait.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Okay,
Yes,
still.
okay. We
The
got.
story's
Yes, I
not
need to
done.
understand
story
how
derailed.
chicken parm pizza turns into ordering El Pollo Loco.
Yeah, 'cause that wasn't explained.
So
Yeah.
I wake up in the way earlier than I normally do because
Yeah.
I've eaten 2,000 calories
and you
of
need to take
bullshit.
the most
And,
massive
for a-
shit
No,
of your
not
life.
even that. I just need to wake up and be like, I'm fucking dehydrated. Like the salt just soaked
Salt
all the
bombs.
water. I woke up and just started chugging water
Yeah.
and felt horrible. I like smoked a joint and I was like, that sort of made me feel better, but I'm gonna chug more water. And I went and like laid down
It's
a
like
couple
your
hours
tequila
later.
hungover or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. I haven't eaten all day. It's like 2:00. I haven't eaten all day because my body's just been like, you don't need food. You feel crazy right now.
Like you should sleep more until you shit.
And then I tried to eat right before the podcast. I was like, oh, I got some oatmeal. I'll have a bowl of oatmeal. Guess what? Don't have oatmeal. I'd eaten it all. And so
Oh, no.
Okay.
and so just before the podcast started, I was like, maybe I'll order DoorDash during the podcast. And then that'll become a
Here's
segment.
a
you know?
cutting board you can use as a little table.
Okay.
Sam, that
that'll
was a
work.
good story.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you eat so much Cheesecake Factory, it literally makes you sick until you can't eat, like a tequila hangover.
I literally got excited.
Why
'cause
do you have
I-
a fucking cutting board in your room?
so-
Let's focus on that for a second.
Wait, but what does it say about me that I have definitely consumed more calories than that at a Cheesecake Factory visit and have
easy to
just
do.
been fine?
Oh.
Like, what does
I
that
think-
say about me?
I
Where I'm
think
like,
the dish specifically was so much cheese on the chicken
That's tea.
parmesan, so much grease inside the breading, and then the motherfucking
butter and shit,
The
right?
motherfucking Alfredo sauce pasta, which
That's
was
where
not,
you
it wasn't,
lose me.
It
That
wasn't,
is where you
Well,
lose
that's the
me.
thing. I didn't know about that. It was not heavily sauced. You would almost, if you didn't know, you almost would think it's just like buttered noodles or something. They don't
Okay.
put a ton of sauce
Okay.
on.
If you're watching a movie in bed, if it's sitting on the comforter, the little fan holes get plugged up in the laptop will
yeah.
overheat. So you put it on that, and then it got easier airflow to the.
Well, I like
to
how
the
you-
motherboard.
to the Also-
Porn you're
Rivers-
watching on your computer.
You've
while
also
you're
clearly
jerking.
used this as a cutting board.
Yeah.
There's notches
I-
all in it
I-
from a knife.
I retired
and
it.
mushroom
It's,
stand.
I
it's a
thought this
retired
is-
one.
This is how Rivers tells us he's been cutting.
Yeah. But, yeah, I've been
Just pulls
cutting.
out a cutting
I,
board.
mean, I go into my room and I cut.
Yeah, just chopping onions.
doesn't want to
and
fuck
shit.
up his counter.
Yeah.
Cheesecake Factory should
He's
like
cutting onions just to
exclusively-
feel something.
Cheesecake Factory should like exclusively do like death row meals. Like they should just be like they should be the only because then you like that'd be the most American way to go out.
A
is, like-
privatized prison sponsored by the Cheesecake Factory.
like you go into a calorie coma as you get like lethal injection for murdering a bunch of people with an assault
I think,
rifle. Like that's the most American way to go.
Any last words? One more round of more Diet Coke.
More Diet Coke. The counterpoint to that is the Olive Garden. you get the
Never ending
Oh,
pasta ball. And
you're
then
on
you
death
never
row,
have
and then you just never. Yeah,
I would like the never ending pasta ball from.
I could use another bowl of facial.
And then
I
you
want
end up
Olive
like Sam. You end up like Sam. You're like, how far can you go with this never-ending pasta?
I want
before they
endless
kill
soup
you?
salad and breadsticks for my.
All right, so I've like tripped on like gas station opiates on this show, so this is totally fine. But what is the most inappropriate place where someone just whipped out food and started eating?
Oh,
I mean, an airplane.
I mean a funeral.
airplane?
An airplane.
A funeral.
No, but an airplane.
Funeral, 100%.
Where
Funeral.
people, somebody ordered fucking barbecue from the airport in Austin.
Wait,
and
no,
brought it on the
wait,
fucking
no.
airplane.
I've got it. It is a 9/11 memorial ceremony.
Eating walking tacos.
Yeah, eating a walking taco like a Frito pie. Just like
the bag is crinkling and shit.
the bag is crinkly because you're mixing it around.
Right,
You gotta get it all.
I always just feel like if I'm on the subway and someone's eating, I know that's so basic, but
Yeah.
you're just like,
What are you doing?
do you know
No,
how
I eat
gross
on the
it is
bus.
in here?
It's disgusting. It's disgusting. I
Gross.
do it, and it's disgusting.
I excuse long plane rides, like because when I fly,
Yeah.
I'm usually flying 6 hours across. Like it's half a day. So if people are having a meal, they're having a meal.
It's fine,
It's
just-
when I'm taking an hour and a half flight from like here to like San Francisco or Portland or something, where it's like, what are you doing? You
you
can't
couldn't
go
wait.
2 fucking hours without more
Without
than this little
wood-fired
piece
pizza
of
from
on
the
this,
fucking airport.
on this
$30.
You need something from fucking Guy Fieri sandwich shop. You just take the little shitty bag of cinnamon graham crispers that fucking Southwest gives you. They are awful. They taste like cardboard.
Oh, yeah.
You eat those and then you fall
Are you
asleep.
talking,
I sa-
Biscoff?
No.
the biscottis. I save
No.
those. I save those, and then like
Southwest is not giving you Biscoff cookies.
The worst
no,
is when
I flew for this trip, and they do give you biscottis.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
maybe it's only because I've taken very short, shitty Southwest flights that I
Right.
only get these. They're little like graham cracker bites. They're like this. They look like Lego pieces and they
Right.
taste like cardboard. But I eat them.
the worst is when someone just takes out like a homemade like cold cut. Like,
Nuts.
Yeah,
I do that. I've done that.
But
Nuts.
then sometimes the smell of like it depends on the
Here's-
meat.
Tuna.
No,
Yeah,
see, I would never do that.
egregious.
I would never do that. I think a cold cut, I think that's all right.
No, but like some cold cuts have like a certain smell.
So
in public.
I have definitely packed a Publix Italian sandwich into a gallon Ziploc bag and then put it in the fridge. And then when it was time to go, went to the airport and then slowly ate a gigantic sub out of a bag.
I saw. Okay, so when I was taking improvisational courses at the Los Angeles branch of the Upright Citizens.
Well, thank God for that.
Yeah, thank God for that training that I spent a lot of money on. So someone would whip out this like pesto smelly pesto sandwich, like every day. And they used
Redundant. Pesto stinks.
it's fucking stinks.
It's literally basil.
And
Like
they would brag about how this this
It
is
is
the third
great.
time I've been through, and I've been through this class so many times, so I'm really getting the gist of it. And they would they felt so at home that they started eating smelly sandwiches beforehand.
I was
That's
on
crazy.
what was supposed to just be a routine flight back from Denver. It was Denver to Burbank. It's 2 hours and
Right.
like 10 minutes supposed to be. And so I'm an aisle seat girly.
Same.
And I was in boarding group C, so I was like stuck with a window. But I was like, okay, it's only 2 hours. It's not going to be that bad. Whatever. I can deal. Stuck on that plane for 6 hours because there wasn't because of the wind. We couldn't land in Burbank, and then the sky was full of planes, so we had to be redirected to Palm Springs to refuel, honey. And I was stuck in a window seat. And when we're sitting on the runway in Palm Springs for 2 hours, and the lady next to me opened a family-sized bag of jalapeno-flavored ruffles.
Hell yeah.
My least favorite flavor and smell in the world is artificial jalapeno.
Yes.
And I felt like
Ruffles.
I was gonna die. My phone is on 3%. I'm trapped in a window seat with, I will say, a lovely woman, very, very nice, offered me chips, and I nearly threw up because she directed the bag towards me.
Hey, you
and
gotta
just got a
take-
full on.
You gotta take those chips. That's Arrow the dog right there. You gotta take the chips.
I literally, if I tasted artificial jalapeno in that moment, I would have thrown up. Like, there's no question I would have thrown up anything that was in my body. It would have been bile. I would have just like puked yellow.
I just thought of one of the worst things I've ever seen in public on a plane.
Oh boy.
A dude straight. I'm sitting next
Not
to
9/11.
next to two. No. I heard about that on the radio. Anyways,
the radio.
that's how old I am. I heard about 9/11 on the radio.
I did too.
It was an ode to humanity.
Welcome back to Y102 Montgomery's hit
But
station.
this dude has a bag of fucking hot Cheetos corn puffs.
Hell yeah.
And he proceeds to eat the entire bag with both hands. And then he looks at all 10 fingers as if he's the horniest man in the world, and it's 10 dicks. And then he sucks off all 10 fingers.
Was
and
it
Ross
once?
sitting right next. No, one by one, like they're each an individual dick he has to suck off.
That's a little treat.
No, and he wasn't doing Joe. You're doing it like finger in out. No, he was fucking sucking on these things.
Like he was giving himself a numbie or something.
Yeah, he was giving these fingers a good time. And I was just like, holy! I understand licking the tips of your fingers. Maybe this dude was fucking,
Especially when you're
deep-throating
peeling back fucking $100 bills. You know what I mean?
That man understands seduction. Okay.
Yeah. He was sitting right.
How horny were you? Yeah.
He was
Not
sitting
all of us
right
do, and
next
that
to
guy
his.
does.
He was sitting right next to his elderly mom. They were both at least 400 pounds.
And then he
It was
stuck his
horrible.
fingers in her mouth and gave mommy a little treat.
from mommy.
Gave mommy a little treat.
It's always good.
Now mommy suckles from him.
Circle of life.
Yeah, own John and full size like grand piano in the back of a plane. Just
It would be great if you were in the middle seat and they were doing that across to each other.
Oh god!
Mommy gets a suckle.
I was in the
he's
aisle
sucking
seat.
on her
It was
tit while
terrible.
she's sucking on his flaming hot finger.
Fucking
Flaming
raging
hot finger,
boner.
I love.
Let me ask you this though: when he was
when he was sucking him off.
no, when he was eating those Cheetos or whatever, was there any doubt in your mind that he was going to lick that shit right off his finger? Was there any doubt?
I had no fucking clue.
Oh, see, I could
surely
pick 'em.
he's not gonna get a napkin and wipe this shit off. He's gonna.
Sam wasn't thinking that far ahead.
No, I wasn't. I didn't
You were
think
living
he
in
was.
the
Sam lives
moment.
in the present.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
I wasn't even thinking he was going to kill
I
the
fear
whole
for the
bag
future.
in one go. I
Yeah.
figured he was going to snack on it throughout the ride. He just went for it like
Oh,
it was
yeah.
his meal.
Oh yeah, but like I had a window seat and I saw the person next to me like they were filming someone they clearly didn't know's socks. Like they were like zooming in on their socks.
They were doing passenger shaming.
They were doing passenger.
You're
shaming.
about to send that to passenger shaming on Instagram.
They're looking at because this person had some wild socks and they were just like they were like slowly zooming in on these crazy socks and then they noticed that I was watching and I thought I would like it just came out of me to be like. Shame on you. Like I thought I'd be like, that's funny. I was like, You think he's just trying to get to a place.
We're just trying to live their lives.
What if they liked the socks?
That would be like passenger
maybe that's what it's
shaming.
about.
Passenger shaming you should take a picture of the person trying to passenger shame, and that should go.
Yeah, how does it feel? How does it feel? Yeah.
Now that would be now you
And
see
then
now
just
that
sit
would
next
you
to
would
them for
send
4
to
hours on a flight.
now a photo of
Guess
somebody.
you're not so anonymous anymore. Just with their phone in your face.
Now the photo of somebody taking a video of the socks, then you send that to influencers in the wild on
Right.
Instagram, and then
Ooh, yeah.
everybody gets mad. Everybody gets mad at everybody, and everybody and everything is just like, all these people don't deserve life.
It's
One of my favorite
Human
things
centipede.
on the internet is people who really like believe they deserve like just they can be an anon in life. Just like go out into real life and not be experienced, like not interact with human beings.
Yeah.
One time, Twitter, some person posted like some guy at the store in front of them had bought 14 tall cans of Steel Reserve and like 1 box of macaroni and cheese. and they just took the picture of the stuff. They didn't even get the person buying it.
Right.
And they posted it.
Like to check
and
with
then
the person
one,
back, I'm like, this
one
enough?
fucking libart's fucking ugly woman found it. And literally retweeted it and goes, "This is one of my biggest fears in life." But the idea that somebody would make fun of them doing something in public, and it's like, if you bought 14 tall cans of Steel Reserve, you deserve to be judged. You fucking deserve it. I'm
also, you
sorry.
probably don't
should get
care.
that's crazy.
But also-
that's
but-
crazy.
But also, okay, like flip of that coin, like on this influencers in the wild. Like usually it's really fun, but there was a post that I saw like yesterday that was 2 people that were just tourists getting like a photo taken, and it was like somebody that was accidentally walking through the photo, and there was like that full body like heave when you realize you've walked into somebody's photo. It's you're like, ugh. And someone's just like, ugh, what do they not expect people to be walking? These influencers, they don't run the world. They think they're the only people in the world. I live in Paris, and it is awful. I can't believe how angry the tourists get. I'm like, I tell you as a tourist and as a New Yorker, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Because as a tourist, somebody walked through your picture. Guess what? You just take another one. It's really not that big of a fucking deal. But also,
It's too bad you
tourists
have
are
limit-
not influencers.
well, now there's people who like have like what Carter's mindset is, but like fucking militant. No, I deserve to be anonymous in public in 2024, and it's just like, nah, we don't have that anymore. We don't get that, and you trying to argue for it makes you seem crazy.
Yeah.
At this current point, where you're just like, I just want to leave my house and buy 14 tall cans of Steel Reserve and not be made fun of. This is one. She literally
Use
said, "This is
Grubhub.
one of my biggest fears." Just like, and then people were
I
agreeing
promise
with
you, it's not.
it's Twitter, and people were agreeing with them. And eventually, the person who posted the picture deleted it because a bunch of fucking ugly losers were fucking dogpiling. And it's like, I'm sorry you're all ugly and scared to have your picture taken. This thing is also objectively insane.
I did walk by the person with the wild socks, and I was like, I got you. I got your back. I'm sure they got off the plane and they like both knew each other, and they're like, "Oh, Chris's crazy socks."
Yeah.
Just say, I got your back, and then you just slowly start feeling his back.
was petting his socks.
How was that Rito, Sam?
Yeah, what was
It
the
was
protein?
shitty.
there?
It was fucking El Pollo
It's a
Loco.
Pollo Loco.
Yeah.
It was just fast and cheap.
I gotta say,
Okay.
the double chicken tostada though.
Look, I looked at many things on the DoorDash. Everything was so fucking messy.
Yeah.
My first option was booze cheesesteak. And I was like,
Oh my
clearly I
God.
can't eat that during the podcast.
Actually, though, that would have been really entertaining for the people on camera.
Just watch me eat a disgusting sandwich. It's good, but it's
Big sloppy
yeah.
sandwich.
But yeah, it was a nice sloppy El Pollo Rico burrito. There's multiple kinds of sauce in there. They didn't need multiple kinds. There's a lot of cheese.
All right.
It tasted okay at some points.
Hell yeah.
You get a couple
Decent.
bites where you're like, damn, that's good. And then you get a couple bites where you're like, this is the blandest bullshit I ever had in my life.
New segment, Sam's food reviews.
I'm fucking down.
It looked decent. I gotta say.
Uh-oh.
Normally, like when it's like a mukbang situation, I'm just watching people eat. It's kind of repulsed, but that was fine.
You can't really mess up those ingredients if they're all together, but like they somehow managed a little bit to mess it up.
Yeah.
I think the biggest problem
But
with
like you're still gonna enjoy it.
when you get bad Mexican food, it's just bland.
Yeah.
It's not usually, there's nothing usually super offensive about it. It just is like, this tastes like rice and beans that taste like nothing.
Speaking of tastes like nothing, let's
Yeah.
hope for the best here. We've got our
boy.
ungodly concoction. And once again, Weird Sinclair in Burbank strikes again. I found
Weird Sinclair.
Yeah, you know.
The gas station.
Yeah, it's a
not
gas
the man.
station. Yeah,
That
Weird.
would be a
Yeah.
great, that would be great.
There's a
Weird
man in the
Sinclair.
mountains named Weird Sinclair, and I yodel, and he
Weird
appears.
Sinclair.
He
I
comes
want-
dancing up in Birkenstocks and a leather thong.
That's
I
a
think
great,
it's worse that there's a store called Weird Sinclair.
That's just what I call it. 'cause-
Oh, okay.
I think that's a great. It sounds like a place where you get like different kinds of soda. that
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
weird.
Weird
So it's
Sinclairs,
Like,
yeah.
Weird Sinclairs.
It's
like-
Some gas stations warrant a nickname.
It's
In
a-
Pasadena, my girlfriend lives near the crack 7-Eleven.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
everything's explained about the 7-Eleven.
Yo,
you need to
shout
know.
out
Rock and Roll Ralph's.
Yeah.
Like,
I was about to say, shout out to the 404 ATL Murder Kroger.
oh yeah. Well,
Yeah,
back home we had Rock and Roll McDonald's because it was all like decked out like a 50s diner for some
Oh, yeah.
reason
Oh.
with like, you know, the Mayor McCheese on roller skates. Like it was a wacky little. And now it just looks like every other brutalist McDonald's in the country.
Is that the
Sad.
Wesley Willis
efficient.
song is about?
That's one in
Probably
Chicago.
Rock and Roll McDonald's? Yeah, probably.
There's a rock and roll.
Good news.
There's a rock and roll McDonald's in Chicago. That's
Love
the
that.
that's the
That's
one that the
probably
Wesley.
Oh,
Willis
cool.
song is
I'm
about.
glad that was like a thing that was other places.
McDonald's makes you fat.
Yeah. McDonald's is the place to rock. It is a restaurant where they buy food to eat.
Good news.
What do we got?
So I feel like it's going to be probably the most fun coming out of Joe. Joe, tell us what we got.
Oh boy. Okay. So we have a can of VYBES. VY.
Did he hand it to you
Yes.
because it's pink?
No.
Yeah, he went, here, faggot, read the pink can. Afternoon energy, passion fruit, hibiscus,
Whoa.
carbonated 100 milligrams of caffeine. Is there a story? There's always a story.
Yeah, it's always
Where's
a
in our
testimony.
story?
I think we had the top story
got-
ever
Okay.
with
Yeah.
Lucky that
Yeah.
time.
Yeah,
You
Lucky
got
fuck.
this out, Weird Sinclair. It seems very Erewhon.
It's across the street from Warner Brothers, and it has
Okay.
like a mirrored finish on the outside, almost like the walls are kind of.
Oh, I know that one.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
and then inside they've been keeping us energied up the past like 4 weeks with all the weird shit I found in there. But
Is this by the doghouse?
yes, very close. That's man,
passed by today.
you called exactly what I was doing in that part of town.
Shockingly,
You were being the absolute worst. Right
Oh,
around that
hell
time?
yeah. Hell yeah,
so
I
I
was.
think you were.
Yeah.
Shockingly, there is no like our story because like the vibe
Weird.
of this can gives me very like the vibe of the can.
It's like a Cocteau Twins album cover or something.
Well, it
Yeah,
looks
well,
like
it's-
the
it-
cheapest
No,
graphic
airy.
design they could possibly pay
Oh, I mean
for.
that's AI.
You think
that's,
so?
Yeah.
probably.
It's no story, just vibes.
Yeah, it's just
That's
vibes. We're coasting
No
off
story,
vibes.
Jizzle, but it does say afternoon energy that won't keep you
It
up
does
at night.
have one of those copyrighted fake terms.
Ooh, what is
Ooh.
it?
We got
Oh.
Magtane.
Yeah,
Magtane. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Magtane.
My life has become unmanageable. I can't magtane any longer.
No, how could you?
Yeah, this one. Well, let's go ahead and pop it while it's still
Sure.
I have high hopes for this one.
I think it'll probably taste like nothing. Usually
Yes.
hibiscus things don't have a strong taste.
But it is hibiscus passion fruit.
Yeah.
Ew, I don't like
It's
the color.
it's a color.
Ooh, it's a
I-
color.
I like it when they're colors.
I was just about to say
Yeah?
I don't mind when I see color because
I don't see color.
I don't see color.
I don't
He's
care
gonna
if you're
jump on my
purple, man. I don't care if you're purple.
I don't care if you're purple polka dot zebra print.
The only color I see is red every goddamn day.
It looks like
Oh,
actual
boy.
juice color wise.
Yeah, no, I was
but there's
gonna
no
say.
way it's anything close to actual juice, just based off this
Oh,
segment.
I can smell it from across the room here, so
Oh,
it's
boy.
pungent.
Oh boy.
Pretty potent.
It smells sour and kind of bitter.
Oh,
smells
no.
kinda good.
All right,
It has a sweetness to it, but it smells sour.
Here we go.
Cheers, folks.
Oh, it tastes like shit.
It does not taste good.
Oh
The shit taste lessens as like after a couple seconds.
no,
Is
that's
it-
getting worse. That's growing. That's
Wait,
getting worse.
Hang on, Evan.
Yeah, it's very. I don't know. It's just bad. Like the first.
You don't. Am
like,
I?
It's
I
kind
kind of like it.
Well,
It's not horrible.
You get the carbonation.
No.
It's like too sweet up top.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like.
It doesn't taste like hibiscus at all.
Yeah.
I kind of like.
I think it's just overpowering.
Joe's gonna puke.
No, no. I just got to get it like out of my fucking nose.
It's in your sinuses.
Yeah.
What's the fruit? It's like
It's a passion fruit.
passion fruit.
Passion fruit.
I don't even know what
hibiscus.
the fuck passion fruit
I'm
tastes
getting,
like
I'm
alone.
getting
This.
notes of guava.
I'm gonna tell my nephews this is what it tastes like.
Little guava going on.
Notes of guava.
Yeah.
Sommelier. Kessler
Passion
coming
fruit
out.
notes. Passion fruit. What? Note one. What? It's an all-American lager with passion fruit. No, it's a Stone Cold IPA with passion fruit notes. What?
It just tastes like a bunch of different flavors are fighting each other, and then you don't get any of that.
That's a good explanation of the,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
taste.
yeah.
Fuck, I'm gonna become a sommelier now.
I gotta say,
Carly said that at the wine bar once that something had guava notes, and she was just talking completely out of her ass.
That's so fun.
And she went by the table and they said, like, yeah, you can taste the guava.
I love that. Fuck yeah, I would fuck with people
Power
so
suggestion, yeah.
hardcore.
I worked for a cidery, and we would have tasting sometimes, and the brewer would give out these worksheets where you had to just like you would write down what you taste and whatever, and I was just looking at other people's notes.
Yeah.
because I
Gave you homework.
because I was like, I don't fuck. They're like, oh, it has a note of this chili pepper. I'm like, I don't taste that, or like mango. I'm like, I don't taste that at all. Or
yeah, you just make shit up.
yeah, no, but then I was just like, well, I don't want to see. It was like I had just gotten the job, and I'm like, I don't want to seem stupid.
Yeah.
What did you write?
I fucking
The
dude,
only-
I lie all the time. I mean, like, it's like they're like, I'll like give the notes that they just gave us like on a little sheet, and it's like, they're like, yeah, little notes of bell pepper. And then my coworker like, do you really get bell pepper from that? Like, dude, I don't fucking know. I memorized.
It
Like,
tastes
I
like-
gonna say,
it tastes
dude, I
like
smoked
alcohol.
yeah, I smoked for 20 years and I burned my mouth with food that wasn't ready to eat. Like my palate is
The
shit.
only pretentious wine thing that like I fully understand is when you say like a Chardonnay is very buttery. 'Cause
Yeah, I get
definitely
that.
when I've had it, I thought I knew what it was, and then I had a very quote buttery Chardonnay, and I was like, oh yeah, no, that's what that means.
Yeah.
It literally feels almost creamy.
You know, this drink is buttery. No,
It's something.
I see
It's certainly
Evan.
something.
Hang on, I see Evan kind of second guessing.
no,
his,
I'm not. I'm just trying to see
no?
if I can taste, if I can identify. any
I don't
one
know.
flavor.
It's one of those ones
Fuck
where
me.
if
I'm
you
gonna-
had the whole can, you would initially be like, "This sucks," but then by the end of it, you'd be like, "That's okay."
Oh, see, I'd say the opposite. I'm just thanking the small sample size for my opinion. I think if I had to drink a whole can of that, it might be different. But you know,
I wish I had
finishing
more
it.
sparkling water to kind of wash some of this away because it's like really sticking to the top of
That's
my mouth.
I can drink
absolute-
mine, but
that's horse.
I put my lips all over
That's
it.
fucking horse shit. That's
you want
awesome.
some?
Even better.
I haven't.
I'm about to put my lips all over.
So before I tell you guys about the CEO, I was gonna say I'm giving this shit like a 3.5.
Wild.
I kind of like it.
You like it.
Wow,
It's
that's
like it's more
crazy.
juice than anything.
I've never heard you say that you think it would be bad after drinking more of it and then give it a high rating.
I liked it, and then that's against what I'm about to tell you about the
boy.
man involved.
I like juicy drinks. I like hazy IPAs and shit.
Yeah,
juicy
yeah.
drinks. That is just
Didn't
something
do it
about
for
it. It's just kind of got a sour taste to it.
Yeah, what you think, Evan? What are we giving it?
I mean, I think I've already said like the flavors are all just like fighting each other, and I not a huge fan.
All right,
I go one.
One, and you said one, Joe.
Yeah, one.
All right.
That's with that is almost as bad as confidence.
Damn,
That's so low for me.
So
Like,
bad vibes.
yeah, bad vibes. Well, you're
Tell you what, the
though.
one that made you puke.
Yes.
yeah, that's confidence.
The world famous confidence.
Which
yeah,
I
the
have-
world famous confidence.
still gets brought up on the podcast occasionally.
Yeah, because you slowly listen to me deteriorate over the course of an hour and a half.
Now I need to know-
start happy, and by the end of it, I'm like, I just don't fucking feel good, guys. Like,
I'm like sweating. I got like
Now I want to know what that tastes like.
I'm also kind of sweating, and the difference with this one versus most of them, it's got 100 milligrams of caffeine, but the main ingredient in this thing is magnesium, which is
Oh, word.
I guess what was it? Magtane?
Magneto, yeah.
This is how you magtane your
Magneto.
yeah. It's the
get those,
magneto.
yeah,
Yeah.
get those fucking electrolytes.
Magnesium's
Get that.
supposed supposed to be good for you.
Magnesium's great for you.
Yeah.
But
And you
in
could
the-
set it on fire underwater.
But in the concoction of whatever this bullshit is, it makes me wonder if it's the good magnesium or the
Yeah,
fire
I take magnesium supplement. I take a magnesium supplement every morning.
You look good.
Hell yeah.
It's so that my legs work.
They were. I saw you
I have
walk.
to take potassium and magnesium in every day.
Nice.
Let's not get into that. I don't want to talk about my medical problems. Can we hear about whatever this piece of
Unless
shit
you
CEO?
subscribe to the Patreon.
Yeah.
Big fan of potassium. Okay, just,
Yeah,
Yeah.
big fan.
Banana.
Love
Big fan of
bananas.
potatoes.
Yeah, big-
Banana. So
Why are you bringing up my BDSM relationship with the minion overlooking the 101? Why? I am not here to discuss my toxic relationship.
Hey, I don't. Bazinga. Is that Minions? No, that's Big Bang. Never mind.
Bazinga? Oh, come
that's
on.
That's young Sheldon.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Was that the final episode where you finally said Bazinga?
Oh no, he says it definitely somewhere.
I feel like the
middle
series
of the
should have been
show.
building to that. Anyway, I looked up the guy who owns this fucking company. His name is Jonathan Eppers.
Okay.
And he
Oh, boy.
is the most stereotypical tech bro to conspiracy bro pipeline
boy.
individual I've ever
So
seen.
it's like a Joe Rogan, RFK Jr. type.
Oh, hell yeah. So he appears to be a libertarian. He's retweeted the Libertarian Party a bunch of times. Big Rogan guy. Huge Elon guy. Like,
Of course.
makes sense.
retweets.
You got to look up to people smarter than you.
I don't like it's weird to be an American and to be this, but like huge anti-COVID lockdown guy. And I always like see that with Americans. I'm like, at what point did that happen to you?
Also,
Yeah.
Why would you
all
just-
those people are Trump supporters, and Trump's the one who did it.
Right.
And they act like that wasn't the case.
And he was tweeting about this shit like as late as like 2022. It seemed like
Dude, Trump still talks about it in his fucking speaches.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
one of the
yeah.
things they try to be like, remember when they did that?
We
Remember
went in
when
there,
they
we
did
did.
that? It was you, motherfucker.
We handled COVID. Yeah.
He hates Bernie Sanders. He really hates the DA of Los Angeles, George Gascon. He voted to,
Is he
recall.
based out of California?
He's in LA. And well, he's in LA. He splits his time between LA and Palm Springs, obviously. He is like,
He should go to the Rock Gallery if he's listening. Check
That's
out
right.
some comedy.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah, great little show there.
but yeah, he, it seems like he was in the tech industry and then he was like, got into, because the other half of the VYBES line, this is this is Afternoon Energy. The other half is all CBD stuff. And so the funniest thing was like, he talked shit about California. And then when they made CBD like fully to where you could sell it, I guess, like fully legalized it, he was just like, thank you so much, Gavin Newsom, for fucking. I was like, oh, get fucked, man.
Thank you, Gavin, for
Thank you, Daddy Gavin.
you provided this land for us to do a podcast on.
Gavin. Oh, wow, Daddy Gavin. Oh, fuck yeah.
So, of all of his tweets, because he does a lot of like retweets of like shitty people, but one that he made himself that was so weird was it was a picture of a bush and a potted plant, and then you could barely make out the outline of the corner of a McMansion.
I'm sure she has a name. Don't just say a bush.
Barbara.
Jenna.
Yeah. She's on like the fucking Today Show or some shit now.
Is she?
Well, yeah, it's weird. You're just like, oh yeah, your dad should be hung at the Hague. But instead, you're here drinking coffee with Hoda Kotb. So, but it's just this boring picture of the corner of a house and a shrub and a potted plant. And he wrote, "I'm a sucker for romantic moments like this spot." I was like,
I guess it's very.
Get fucked, loser.
I guess it's very meaningful to him only.
right, but it's like, is it a moment or is it a spot? Because this is
Sometimes you make a tweet just for
I
yourself.
mean,
Yeah.
he stands in those places and
true.
like 5G created COVID. That's where he let. That's where
right,
he
right.
does his,
That's where he had his moment. That was his
that's his
road to Damascus moment.
He calls it his realization corner.
Yeah. I just like he has
My waking nightmare corner.
I like he says is, moments like this spot. So
Moments like this spot.
an abstract noun and a concrete noun right next to each other. That's
Fucking idiot.
that's crazy.
Yeah, what a fucking loser.
right. But,
Fuck you.
But you know what I'm saying? Where it's like, oh, I really love this moment. This one where I'm at this specific place where you can nail it down.
And then he goes inside. He's like, "Time to make my empire of gas station drugs."
yeah. Fuck yeah. We got the vibes going strong, folks.
Rock and roll McDonald, 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 rock and roll McDonald. Rock over London, rock on Chicago, Wheaties, that's the breakfast of
I stumbled upon this little item from Mark Frauenfelder. Shared this on Boing Boing. Get your British accents ready,
Oh, boy.
folks.
Oh, boy.
Because this is an article that was part of The Strand magazine, released in the UK in 1897. This is still Victorian era. People are getting paid by the word. So I did pare it down because it would take forever to read it, but it was awesome. I'm going to give you the name of the author, and it's going to sound like I'm making this up. Framley Steelcroft.
All right, babes. Framley.
Framley.
Frammies.
What if it's Framley, which sounds worse
Framley.
somehow?
Oh, yeah.
Steelcroft.
Framley or Framley Steelcroft.
Back people used to have crazy names.
You think
we act
his
like
friends
names.
called them Steel Crotch?
I don't even know if Framley, if that's...
He got
Framley.
a Framley Steel Crotch.
I think I-
Framley steel cut.
I
Kids
don't even...
now are named like Bentley and Cash and shit like that. this is this version.
We're
this
bad that people are
time's
named
version of that.
Temperature. And people used to be named Framley McButterscotch.
Oh, yeah.
Watchcroft.
Hey,
Wonka.
I'm named Rivers, and the guy who worked at the head shop in my town was named Season. So,
Season.
Season.
Oh, dude.
Auburn is
Were
a
you
wonderful
named
place.
after an actual river or after a person named
I was-
River?
A couple of rivers,
I was-
actually.
Yeah, two of them. No, I was named after my mom's college roommate's father. It is literally a Spaceball situation. My mom's roommate, Anne Marchand, kind of a famous artist in D.C., told my mom that she wasn't having kids. My mom was like, "I'm going to steal your dad's name then."
You sure your mom's not a huge Weezer fan?
No,
3
yeah,
years
yeah.
before they formed.
yeah, that's right. But yeah, Framley.
When the Rivers Cuomo came out, were you like, thank God? Thank God my
Another
name
one?
has been legitimized
Like, at least
by a famous
there's
person.
a famous kind of cool person.
The opposite, actually. I avoided Weezer like the plague until they put out the Red album, and I heard what it was truly like to be set free with no one left to tell you no, and then I appreciated Weezer.
Interesting. You got in on the Red album.
Yeah, because it sucks in such a specific
Right.
way. I am the greatest man who ever lived. 7 minutes of just dog shit, but kind of
Yeah.
glorious dog shit.
Yeah.
That's what I like.
That's
Fuck
kind of their music.
Fuck Pinkerton.
It's like when someone's trying to outdo every band on the radio for that many years, and it makes them fucking crazy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Ratitude. I had that one. They were doing tracks with Lil Wayne.
God, Lil Wayne's fucking short-lived rock career.
Hell yeah, bro.
Stop
man.
partying.
You know
dude.
how sometimes white people eat so much Xanax they become black, or they think they do? Lil Wayne did the opposite.
But he did so much Adderall that he thought he was
he
white.
did so much Xanax and lean that he was like, I should be a rock guitarist and skateboarder
I'm
now.
Joe Perry now. Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
Mark Hoppus.
him thumbing the string.
Yeah.
is
Oh,
pretty great. Yeah.
Saturday Night Live, Lollipop. Look it up, folks. So yeah, this is Framley Steelcroft writing for.
Framley
I don't even know if this is a man or a woman, frankly, but anyway.
It's Framley.
Framley Steelcroft. Down in the east end of London, they do not take their pleasures sadly. Competitions of curious sorts occupy a very prominent place among these pleasures. By the way, the name of this article, Queer Competitions.
And that's why you wanted me here.
Nah, this is just
Rivers is like, I was
read the
successfully
can
called
again.
out.
Read the pink can again.
So, Joe, what do they mean by this?
So, the central headquarters of these competitions is known as Wonderland, Whitechapel, and the presiding genius is Mr. J. Wolfe.
Gay.
Wolf himself originates most of the contest, but occasionally he receives an idea from one of his patrons. The moment Mr. Wolf announces on his playbill a new competition, entries flow in, for the East End contains champions in every branch or pastime and trade, both conceivable and inconceivable. So basically, you've got a guy who's just been like, I'm doing my own Olympics, essentially.
This is the original Pain Olympics.
Yes, yeah. And there's a lot of pain involved, as we're about to see.
Saying.
The prize include cups, purses of silver,
Useful.
and various articles ranging from a lady's blouse to a barrel of beer.
A blouse.
A fucking pittance is what you're
You get
competing
3
for.
cups and a blouse, mate.
You get a wake and a smile.
Here you win this mug that says life's a beach.
If you could read this, the bitch fell off.
Here's a mug that says don't talk to me till I've had my morning tea.
Right.
Keep everything.
It's a
soda pond, mate.
it's a neon green hat that says Panama City 1998.
Don't talk to me till I've had my morning cuppa.
Right, it's it says panty
You're
inspector.
nonsense people.
Official panty inspector, right? That's what it is.
Full-blooded Italian.
This is the 1800s and I'll have a maggot.
It's season
What in the
3
fuck is this?
He's season 3 of Love Island on DVD.
It says make Whitechapel Ripper free again.
I have a hat on that says there.
We don't like him. So fair play is rigidly enforced in these competitions, and the official timekeeper, referee, judge, etc. are all absolutely impartial.
Good.
Trickery is only to be expected, though, and malice is not unknown. One competitor turned
General malfeasance.
and there are pictures of all this. I'll put this up in the Discord and on Twitter so people can see it. So basically, every one of these competitions has an accompanying like actual pictures. So this one was for a basket carrying contest where they stack baskets on their head. And it says one competitor turned up for the basket carrying race, feeling himself beaten in the last lap and burning with rage against a person in the audience who had taunted him. He let 11 baskets fall on his tormentor's head. So some guy's talking shit. He's like, fuck you. And just like threw down a
baskets at him.
shitload of baskets at him.
This is why I have security at sporting events now. Because stuff like this happened all the time.
This is, I love it.
The fucking Malice in the Palace.
I think some of these should
And
be
the
added.
chalice.
I think they should be
Yeah.
added
That's
to
what you
LA 2028. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Basket carrying.
So,
And you win me wife's bra.
so it says, nor are the ladies forgotten. There's a baby carriage race between mothers.
Fuck yeah.
And now, when I first read that, I was like, obviously they're empty.
No.
Right, you've got to make sure that they don't cry too much.
You're joking. That is about to happen. So
You get penalised if they want to be breastfed.
so each mother bringing her own baby, and Mr. Wolf.
Oh, good.
Mr.
At
Wolf.
least it's there, baby.
Yeah.
And Mr. Wolf provides the baby carriage. So if you win this race, you win the
carriage.
baby
I
carriage.
picture like a soapbox derby, and you just put the baby in the soapbox car and then just
let it
push
go.
it down.
Man,
It's
I would
that-
watch that
oh,
shit.
Like,
I'm
pushing,
just-
down,
I'm
pushing it down like Lombard Street in San Francisco.
I'm picturing that
Some even
one.
flip like immediately.
I'm picturing that one shot in Dead Alive, Peter Jackson's Dead Alive, with like the baby carriage just like careening down a fucking hillside.
Yeah. Or it's like OJ going off that thing and fucking Naked Gun. Like at the end where he fucking flies out of the chair.
So there are false starts and utterly irrelevant accusations bandied about amongst the ladies. And I did change some of this wording to make it less flowery, but this was in the article. The race is fairly fast and often furious. So, shout out.
I just want to know what kind of accusations. There's like, oh, you made your baby more aerodynamic.
Yeah, probably.
I think she got his ears off.
I like too fast, too furious.
This baby is dead. It is ceased to be.
Too Fast, Often Furious would be a more like apt title for the film.
Often furious.
Yeah, because they're not always furious. They are often. though.
Often
Yeah.
furious.
I love this. Even the babies enter into the spirit of the thing and shriek.
Oh.
You mean they don't want to
they
be there?
Oh my god, they're having a great. Yeah. Oh no.
And the baby's just screaming. They're having a great time.
That's a happy cry, mate.
Look, It appears he's got the spirit of competition flowing through him. Look at that.
Astute women try to cut corners, but only succeed in injuring both the bassinet and its innocent occupant. The losers have to be appeased with heavy refreshments. So they're like, oh, do you fucking break your baby in half?
Have a bite, then.
Here's some gin.
Yeah, have a bite.
I think heavy refreshments is alcohol, right? Is that
That's
what
got to
that
be
is?
what that means.
Whilst the winner claims the baby carriage.
Or is it cocaine? I mean, it could be cocaine also.
That's true. Yeah,
No,
that's.
it hadn't been invented
Opium.
yet. had it.
I think this is 1897.
1897, they're supposed to be coke.
We're like what 3 years out from Coca-Cola, so it was
Yeah.
around.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
It was medicinal at this point.
Oh yeah.
These are all medicinal cocaine at this point.
And you can get a
People-
drugs at soda fountain.
Yeah, no, exactly.
People
At
always
the
like-
pharmacy.
Right, that's right. There was all like,
People like to associate Nazis in Germany. They should associate cocaine in Germany. A German invented cocaine.
Holy
and they don't
shit.
get the credit. They don't get the credit because the other stuff that happened.
And look what happened on cocaine.
Referring to the Holocaust as the other stuff is so funny.
You know that other thing?
That's crazy.
This is how American history will work in the
I
future.
love it.
You know that thing that happened? This other thing was bad too.
Another strange contest is the grinning through horse collars contest. So they've got these horse collars.
Nine Inch Nails video.
And you literally walk up to them, and then they judge your insane grinning. So
Probably you're like putting your face into
horse
it.
collars, meaning like the bar that is
Yeah,
like
the-
in the fucking
yeah,
horse's
like the,
mouth.
like the thing that they attach the bridle and the saddle to.
So I'm
that goes
guessing
around.
they push their face so forward, their muscles like go like out and make like a
It is-
weird.
I'm
like
imagining
it sprays
it
their
is
cheeks
like
on their face.
a bar is in the middle of their mouth, like
You're talking about a bit. This is a collar. So this is like the shit they wrap around their necks to attach all the shit to.
okay,
It just
okay.
How
provides
do you
a.
judge that? I find that smile delightful.
They're impartial.
It's
He
a-
doesn't seem joyous at all.
I can tell he's faking it.
He's faking it.
They say half a dozen typical East End gentlemen are seen making frightful grimaces through as many horse collars. The judge, an artist in diabolical leers,
Diabolical leers.
guards against undue haste in awarding the prize, which is probably a silver watch. He calls
Hey.
for that's like not bad
Pretty damn
for
good.
just like a
Hey.
basically like do Jim Carrey's face competition from what it sounds like. He calls for many demonstrations of the facial contortion, awarding marks to every round. Just before the final grin, the judge sums up, so to speak. He implores the men to brace themselves for the supreme efforts, and the gallant fellows certainly respond nobly to the call. So I think he's just having them be like, all right, do it again. Okay, new face. And then they just keep making
This is
weird
what we would go
faces.
back to if we didn't have phones.
This is what I always talk about, where it's like, you don't understand how nothing there was to do in the past. Like,
oh
this
man,
is...
that sounds. It just sounds beautiful.
well,
They were so happy
Delight
when
in all the dumb things. You're like, just who could smile the best? It's like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like the home run derby for smiling.
you got to think this
Smiling
is
and drinking and throwing babies around.
This was legal cocaine era. You know,
and more
Yeah, people just had ideas, and everyone was like, "Yeah,
a smiling contest. Yeah.
Yeah.
For a silver watch.
You've had a conversation with someone on coke. They got tons of ideas.
Oh, yeah.
Well, for uproarious hilarity, give me the shaving contest.
Fuck yeah.
The subjects are inspected by a disinterested barber, which I know what they
Disinterested?
they mean. It's not their barber, but it's funnier to
Oh,
imagine someone be
okay.
like, "I don't even give a shit about the shaving contest."
as they should feel.
Each shaver is allowed the service of his own lathering boy. The subject.
Ooh, how's that sound to you, Joe?
Right. That
That's
sounds
an important job.
that sounds statutory.
The lathering boys.
Oh, lathering boy.
The subjects are reclining, napkined, and smiling through layers of lather. Each competitor stands with the uplifted razor, quivering with excitement and awaiting the word of the command "Go."
I don't want
Wait, I
that
thought they were
razor
disinterested
quivering.
a second ago.
I mean,
Now
it's
they're
a-
quivering with excitement.
It's who could shave you the fastest.
Fast.
Yes,
I hate
I'd
that.
say slow and steady wins the race in that one.
So they
So
say-
many people getting their throats cut just,
Yeah.
accidentally.
The next line is so funny. The air is filled with strange cries from the subject as they are cut horribly.
Hey, I guess it's just speed. It's not quality.
This is is the original production of Sweeney Todd.
Yes,
This is
straight up.
Wow.
They cry out in a language seemingly all their own.
Also kind of jackass. It's just like
it is kind of jackass.
Yeah.
You're like,
My name's Framley Steelcroft, and welcome to Jackass. Like,
I feel like I do this every
Jack
time
arse.
before, like I'm supposed to go see my
Jack
grandparents, and I forgot to shave until 2 seconds before I'm out the door. So I'm like, fucking have to like shave real quick, and I cut myself 8 times.
It says one sub.
That's me, Johnny Knoxville.
You are Johnny Knoxville, isn't it?
I love this. It says it is not magnificent, but it is rather like a war. One subject can stand it no longer. He rises, gory and wrathful, and smites the artist allocated to him. So a guy literally just stands up like, you motherfucker! And he's just bleeding.
Just this is normal response. To
Yeah.
just having your face cut
Yeah,
off.
human, normal.
Looking like Harley Race after a fucking strat.
My
match.
question:
Kill you.
do the shaved people get a prize, or is it just the barbers? What's the deal with the prize here?
You get to be on the stage.
You're getting paid an exposure. Come on.
the next event is just like leeches on your neck.
They're not going to give out free health care back then.
Who's the best at getting punched in the face?
No, it's England. It's always free health care.
Oh, that's true.
This is the weirdest one. But let us turn from a scene of such fervish excitement and consider the pastoral simplicity of the boys' syrup roll eating contest.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
I could clean up.
In this, we see
Go on.
we see that a number of hollowed out pieces of French bread have been filled with syrup and suspended at regular intervals from a slack rope above the boys. They then have their hands tied behind their back, and the one that can eat the most rolls in a given time is hailed as the prize winner. So,
I would fucking wreck that. Are you
Without the use of your hands, though.
yeah, that's the thing.
Sounds hard.
think-
And
I
as
just-
soon as you bite into it, you're just going to get syrup all over your face.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think is the thing.
Classic.
Yeah. Bring out the lathering, boys.
When is this festival premiering in Silver Lake? Like, when?
Yeah, this does sound like a clown show.
It's the contest.
This is the Elysian. This
Yeah.
is Saturday at the Elysian.
It says the contest is far from easy. Beside the horizontal swing of the bread on the line, there's also a vertical dancing movement caused by the slackness and the rope. Then again, when a piece is bitten off the roll, the thick viscous syrup comes pouring down the boys' upturned faces.
Good.
It's just-
Hot.
Yeah.
How has none of these things become like a tradition?
I know, right?
I bet right.
The world is dumb enough that this has to exist
Something
now
this
somewhere.
like somewhere in like Glockenschwell,
Yeah.
on the Avon, like somewhere up in North Country.
Germany on Avon.
We're
Germany on Avon.
we're like 10,
Alabama upon Thames.
we're like 20 years out from the radius. This wasn't long for this world.
I feel like if this became a tradition after 3 years, they're probably like, why are we doing this still? It was funny the first time. Now we got people with scars all over their faces.
Who is the fattest boy?
Lathering boys.
Syrup
They got
rolls.
PTSD.
My boy is the fattest. You have the most syrup
I'm
rolls
waiting
for
for you.
sure.
I say screw a comedy festival. I think we should start this festival
Yes.
and then take money for submission.
You're gonna
and then we're like, we're putting on this grand festival of dumb.
Hell yeah.
I think there should be Kiltony and eating festivals, eating competitions, and then like a row of fucking.
it's
comedians.
called Kill Tony with syrup.
Yeah, it's called Eat Tony.
eat Tony.
There we go. During the blindfolded wheelbarrow race, one quiet, resolute man, having first carefully surveyed the course before the blindfold was placed over his eyes, ran amok into the
research.
he ran amok into the audience
Oh God.
and expresses great surprise on learning that he has half killed an elderly female and a gigantic porter who just moments before was making the great building resound with a Homeric laughter.
Half
So he killed
half
a funny fat man
Wait,
And a woman.
and a woman, an old woman too. But I mean,
Half killed.
Look,
Half killed.
look. I mean, he half killed. the
Maybe
woman.
half killed had a different definition back
Yeah,
then.
yeah. I think it just
Like
probably
half
just-
birthday. You
like
know what I mean?
knock
It's
the
like,
wind out of.
Yeah, like, oh my God, we all thought she was dead. Like
I
she
really
fell
like-
and we all thought she was dead, but she wasn't.
I really
She
like
was half
I
killed.
like half killed.
Half killed's pretty fun, yeah.
It's like after you do a tepid set, I
half killed
I half killed. It's not a soft bomb anymore, it's a half kill.
half kill. During the kicking the football through a hoop contest. I love these names.
Some things never change. Yeah, that one's a classic.
The hoop is held or suspended by a cord, and the winner is allowed to claim the football as his own. Many people, including girls and elderly women, enter the contest with the two frequent results.
Stand aside.
With the two frequent
Just fall over.
the too frequent result that the ball leaves their foot at right angles. Even those jubilant onlookers who probably took up a position considered absolutely immune against accidents are struck full in the face.
So they don't even stand in a place where like we got to be careful. The ball might come hit our faces,
No, they're saying like,
or they're shanking it so hard they're hitting the people on the
Right,
side.
they're like,
It
I'll
just seems
stand-
like the whole thing is a little slapdash.
it seems like you get hurt after every one of these. somehow.
Everyone's getting hurt.
I mean, that's
Everyone
the
there.
fun. That's the fun of it. It seems like you either hurt a baby or an old person.
I like how they're just rolling out babies. Like, it doesn't matter. I just want to win.
We got so many babies right now.
See, I don't think everyone's on drugs. I think everyone's drunk.
Yeah,
I think everyone's drunk at
yeah.
this,
Well, you can't drink the water. You have to drink gin.
yeah.
Yeah. Scalding hot suet dumplings are placed before a number of lads.
What?
Another fat boy eating contest. Brilliant.
But they make it a point to be like, these are hot ass dumplings. They're placed.
These dumplings are thick.
my boy had.
These are fat, sexy dumplings. They're hot.
There's no.
So the dumplings are placed before a number of lads, and their hands are then tied behind their back.
Of course
What
they
is
are.
this weird shit?
They're
where it's
really
like,
into bondage.
they must tie the boys before they eat.
Yeah.
This is
I like,
the ends.
I like messy boys.
He's a filthy boy, isn't he?
Don't let him lick the.
fat, messy pig boys.
My little fat pig boy.
And my little Augustus Gloops.
What a lovely day. What a lovely day.
If we don't
Lovely day for it.
if we don't let them touch the flaming hot Cheetos, they can't eat them off their fingers.
Right, he was cheating, wasn't he? He don't just use his face.
So,
My boy's the fattest.
so they got a bunch of like boys tied up, and they put hot dumplings in front of them.
Present your hands. I'm to bind them.
The moment the signal is given, the young lads bend to their work. I watched the winner of the first heat tackling his second dumpling, while the others were blowing.
These are definitely the people that founded America.
I'm sure none of these kids had PTSD.
No, of course not.
Well, that's you say that. That is actually an excellent point. Is like, this is the median. The people who founded America were the people who were too fucking crazy for these people.
Wow.
That's true.
That's what
Throw
we're
a healthy
cut from.
dollop of religious crazy on this.
Yeah,
and,
hell yeah, the Puritans, man.
You're gonna. Let me ask: does this all end with kidnapping a police officer and putting him in a giant wicker man and burning it to the ground? Is this where this is all going? This is so fucking wicker man coded.
I see where this is going. 9/11.
Yeah.
That's where it all leads
Some
back
sort
to.
of 9/11.
So the first kid, he's eating the first dumpling, he's going in for the second, while the others were blowing vigorously upon the steaming mass. He was not. He just he just simply smote that scalding dumpling with his head. So literally, he went wham and slammed his head into the dumpling.
His fat piggy head. He smashed into the dumpling.
That'll get the
He's a
heat
bright
out.
one, isn't he?
That's a good move. It gets the heat out.
Yes.
Yeah.
It says it flattened across the plate, and then his task was easy, for after the first upward rush of steam into his face,
It's like
the
when they-
dumpling grew comparatively cool in a few seconds. So he just had to let steam burn his entire face,
Good.
and then he
By
wins.
slamming his face into a table.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's this competition version of dipping the bread in the water.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
Joey Chestnut
This is
shit.
the Kobayashi before his time.
Hell yeah.
Except you're bruising your forehead.
Release the heat, boy.
Our old friend, the Greasy Pole, is next on the list.
Yeah, definitely.
They still do
My,
that.
hey, did I
wait.
fucking write this? My old friend, the greasy pole.
Wait,
at
is
the
it
Pink Pony Club.
is it? Do we know if it's an ethnic reference or a
No.
greasy?
No, it's
Hey,
going to be
and I-
absolutely just climbing a greasy pole.
Not like
Agreed.
Mr.
I would have
Mr.
said-
Waka-
I would
You
have
know.
said Gracie Polak. I'm Polish, folks. It's fine. But it's the one I can use.
Well, that explains a lot about rivers.
That's right.
Polish, huh?
That also
yeah.
explains the gratuitous
Okay.
use of that term.
Yeah. That's right. I intentionally mispronounce Kevin Pollock's name every time. Every goddamn time.
As he frequently comes up in
That's right.
conversation.
That's right.
Famous character actor
An
Kevin
impressionist
Pollock.
Kevin.
The amount of comics.
How many Kevin Pollocks does it take to screw in a light bulb?
2, 1 to screw it in and 1 to do a fabulous Chris Martin impression.
I was just about to say the amount of comics who do impressions of celebrities that are just repeating a Kevin Pollock
Oh,
impression through the
100%.
roof. Sometimes
100%.
you see a comic doing an impression, you're like, you're just doing Kevin Pollock doing Christopher Walken.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, so they got
That synergy felt good.
So
I
We
feel
love you, Kevin.
fucking
We love
on
you, Kevin.
Cloud 9 right now.
it's that vibes. You're feeling
Yeah,
the
yeah.
vibes.
It's the vibes.
My 2 sips
So
of
that-
vibes are finally
your
kicking in.
20 milligrams of caffeine
That's
you
like
had.
the aftertaste. It's like
Yeah.
You know, it lingers.
It lingers.
Hey, Joe.
and then it gives you good
Yeah.
vibes.
Vibe check.
Kevin Pollock is vibes. It's gonna get me saying it is gonna get taken apart by AI. It's just gonna be fucking
Vibing out to Kevin Pollock.
So our old friend the Greasy Pole is next on the list. The successful competitor will receive a fine leg of mutton.
Oh.
Sailors from the docks frequently climb it with an alacrity that astonishes the beholders. The ordinary rank and file of the competition, however, strive in vain to reach even halfway up. I was told once of a morose man who, having at length won the leg of mutton, committed, with that curious but effective weapon, a violent assault upon the crowd who had jeered him during his awkward efforts.
So he started swinging a mutton
So
leg.
he won. He wins the mud leg, and then he's like, "This is for all my fucking haters and doubters and fake friends," and starts whacking people with it.
Incredible.
during all this.
That's
So yeah,
They are
fucking
drunk as fuck. This is happening.
Fuck off.
during any of this, does the aristocracy like get led around and be like, "Good lord"?
This is my like if someone comes up to do the time machine, I'm like this is what I want to go to.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Don't you want to make a difference in the world? No,
No, I
just wanna-
don't. I don't. I really don't want to be known in history. So, no, I don't.
A very peculiar competition is called the Big Babies Race. It is simply a race between a man.
And fat baby.
Look at him waddle.
No, it's a man carrying another man in his arms, baby fashion.
I thought it was gonna be like a 3-legged race, but the just a baby attached to the
Strapped to-
and he's just dragging a person. He's just dragging a baby.
Hey, look, he's got it strapped to his hip like it's a Colt 45.
Who's the lucky so and so who gets to be held?
I meant on the leg though.
It's the lathering, boys.
Just baby tied to his leg with like a rope, and he's just dragging the baby.
Now,
Baby
tied
anchor.
fully,
Baby pull.
tied fully, or like just by the legs, so it's kind of just like being dragged and flopping through the grass.
I haven't. Yeah, probably
Like a
probably
Cabbage Patch
yeah,
Kid,
Yeah,
like-
the same thing. Well, because half of the aim of this whole thing is to hurt babies.
Yeah.
So
truly.
why wouldn't they just double
This
down
is where
on
you
that?
bring your unwanted children.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
we got a few extra.
Go down to the orphanage.
That's how they got rid of orphans.
Bring the unwanted bastards to this glorious competition.
They go to that orphanage. They're like, you're gonna get out today.
field trip.
Well, it's Victorian London, so they let him out. They take one step onto the street and then just immediately sink into like 10 feet of horse shit and drown.
This could have been like a Oliver Twist sequel.
Oh, yeah. One wonders how the next contest originated.
See what happens after Dickens dies. The
Yeah.
whole world
Yeah,
descends
yeah,
into
yeah.
chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They learned nothing from A Christmas Story.
And they learn Carol.
Christmas story.
Christmas story.
Christmas story.
Shoot your eye out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's a good one too.
But
though.
Dickens wrote it. so-
Yeah.
But Dickens did write a Christmas story.
Artful
Yeah.
Dodger, Scut Farkas. Come on, what's the diff? So one wonders how the next contest originated. It may be briefly described as an indiscriminate melee.
Fine. Fine.
desperately want to see this. Combatants mounted on donkeys.
Well, at this point, tempers have been flared with all the babies hitting and fucking hot food eating. Everyone's
This
like
can't
pissed
all
off and
happen
drunk.
in one day, can it?
It seems like they reported on several events, it seems like, but it's sort of like this guy just whenever he gets an idea, he's like, contest Sunday, and then they just call for the games and they tell you what they're going to
this
be.
was like every
so
frequent,
often.
every few Sundays.
I
he
get
would-
the impression that Wolf here is kind of like a P.T. Barnum type guy. Where
Oh,
he's,
hell yeah.
You know, he's just jazzing people up, trying to get them excited for this thing. So everybody's on donkeys, and they are armed with wet mops. And
Bro.
Sounds like the battle mode in Mario Kart right now.
the contest is simple. The only man remaining on his donkey at the last is the victor and the prize winner. So
So it's just wet mop joust on donkeys.
you ride around
A Knight's
Wet
Tale.
mop.
with a wet mop,
mop.
and you beat the shit out of other people on donkeys.
This kind of shit happens in front of this apartment complex all the time.
I know, except instead of donkeys, it's
Wow.
adults on power wheels.
Yeah, on stolen children's bikes.
Yeah.
They,
Still
they do not.
jousting,
They
though.
do not sell. They just steal the children's bikes. And just have them around, just because
Mommy,
it's
where's
fun to
my
steal
bike?
from children.
This is my shop truck. So
Dickensian Street Urchin Olympics.
I like that this Framley says there is no more popular contest than this. Each jouster brings his own donkey. So that's the barrier to entry. Is you have to have your own donkey, but this is by
So
far
it's
the
a
biggest thing.
Rich man competition.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
one's the rich man competition.
Yeah,
Wow.
which is not unlike actual medieval jousting. Like that is such a rich man's game. That is
Yeah.
the crew rowing of the medieval ages. So you know you're a rich fuck if you jousted.
So the Winklevoss Street Urchin
Winklevoss, yeah.
England version.
Hell yeah. But the most impressive of all the queer competitions was the one billed as, and again, they have no knack for titles, 150 men pulling against an elephant for a barrel of beer contest.
No, I like that title.
Yeah, I like that title
I mean,
too.
Yeah.
It's just a lot for a sign, you know.
Elephant tug of war is too vague. You're
Yeah.
like,
That's-
is it two elephants? No.
No.
Yeah.
That's the title of a Fall Out Boy song. Like that's got
Yeah.
that. Or no, a Panic at the
sentence.
Disco song.
Yeah, I think it's a whole sentence.
Old
yeah.
school Panic at the Disco song. 150 men pulling against an elephant for a barrel of
Because
beer.
yeah, when you try to be too witty with it, people get confused.
It's like a
Yeah,
like
you said,
not all
tug of war.
comedy shows should try to have a funny name.
Yeah.
It can just be a regular name sometimes, you know.
Shows should just be like the show
Thanks, Sam.
behind the bar.
Thanks, Sam, on our constantly rotating name of a comedy show that attempts to be a joke every time. Thanks for saying that right to my fucking face.
Go check out Joe Kaye's show, everyone.
Avatar.
Avatar 2. The competitors get their barrel of beer whether they win or lose. The task is to pull the huge animal back over the chalk line, but it is yet to be seen how many men are actually required for this.
Is there a vomit break in between any of this stuff?
Wait. So they
They have a vomitorium.
So they get the beer no matter what.
Yeah, so they're getting all these people
So all
fucked
they're
up.
doing is making an elephant enemy.
Yes.
Who
Yeah.
remembers shit.
I
But-
assume that-
riling an enemy.
I-
You're riling an
I
elephant.
assume the elephant just wrecks them. You know,
Not, well,
100%.
not just them. One night, the men played a trick upon the elephant, which is like,
Hey boys, we're still
Smart,
drunk.
normal.
Let's go do something. We're drunk.
finding that they were losing to the beast, the men in the back gave the rope a few twists around one of the stout wooden beams that supports the building.
Oh my God.
Wonderful.
Suddenly, the great beam broke, and the huge elephant lurched forward and nearly fell. The roof came tumbling down on the audience, many of whom were half delirious with merriment at the turn things had taken. It was the most successful of all the queer competitions, but it didn't pay. So,
I mean,
like,
hell
as a
yeah,
joke-
that's the most successful one. There's an elephant involved. One
And-
two, they're destroying fucking houses or buildings.
literally are tearing down the house. Fucking amazing.
Well, that just sounds like Burning Man shit. It's like, well, we gotta leave it like we found it. So we gotta pull the fucking building down with our elephant. We gotta clean this up. We have to respect the nature that we've been in for these last 4 days. We have to leave it as we found it.
You gotta just love the idea that they have an elephant around to do this.
Yeah.
This is Burning
Two,
Man.
I think if you leave like a half fallen down building around,
Yeah.
great advertising.
Yeah.
You're like, what the
Yeah.
fuck happened to this building? Oh, there's this great contest. You got to come check it out.
This is big circus time. So the fact that they
Big Circus.
it is. I mean, shit, lady. I mean,
But they hadn't been bought by Big Circus yet.
It's like a bitter clown. Fucking Big Circus came in and took over everything. Used to be indie shows.
Bill
He
Clinton.
used to be able to run with a baby in a carriage and scream. Now Big Circus came along.
Bill Clinton signed laughter, and that fucked up everything.
I forgot we have the shock jock.
I've got a rubber chicken, Joe.
What?
You know,
You're a psycho.
when someone
You're
gives you a
psycho.
rubber
Come on, he
chicken,
has a
you never
cutting board
know.
in his bed.
You
Of course
never
he's a
know.
psycho.
You never know.
Where else am I going to cut onions?
Callback. Now you have to keep it in.
So many vampires. Yeah, but yeah, that's
great.
1897 London, and
Wait, what was it called? The
queer
Games.
competitions
Queer
by
competitions.
Framley Steelcroft. Yeah,
Man,
fucking amazing.
I want to read the whole. I'm gonna find the whole thing on this because
Yeah, you
Yeah,
gotta.
I mean, I put in most of it. I mainly just like ended up having to look up words like treacle, which is
Oh.
what they called syrup.
Yeah.
And so I just
Like
swapped-
trickle.
Yeah, but spelled TREA.
down
Yeah,
economics.
and you know how like when we'll say something like a movie is so like it's treacly is what they'll say.
Yeah.
They'll
Do they
they'll
really say
describe it
that?
as like a
Yeah.
very treacly like
I've never heard
it was
that.
so like
never-
bad saccharine. No, like just
Because
like that
it's sweet.
kind of like
It's like sugary sweet. Like,
yeah.
Not
It's
like-
a bit of a treacly film, you know. They're gonna hit you over the head with it.
yeah,
It's a little cloying, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a little
bit
on the
cloying.
nose.
yeah.
It's a bit saccharine.
Anyway, these motherfuckers are not scared of adverbs, believe me. So I was just like oh my god, just get to the fucking point. So, but
Trying to gussy up a fucking elephant.
Yeah, well, you were
drunk
saying they were
elephant
getting
fight.
paid by the word, so
right,
yeah, of
bingo.
course.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So-
I'd be making up competitions that never even happened.
Yeah,
Writing all about it.
It's you in second grade with your book report going, this book was very, 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 very good.
You just
Got
know
the
you have
scarlet letter.
You just know the page has to be filled out.
Hester was very, 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 very,
Extremely.
very extremely.
There are
also-
26 letters in the alphabet.
Let
Here
us start
they are
there.
individually.
Here's 25 that the story wasn't about. B.
As chapter 14, also known as the end.
Oh my god!
shout out to Victorian London, where we are.
Shout out to Hester Prim wherever you are, baby. We love you.
How long? This makes you wonder how long has the greasy pole thing been going? Because they still
They
do that
still
to
do
this
that
day.
Yeah. Well, it's
That's the one tradition we got out of this.
yeah. Well, it's like I'm sure they do it other places,
I was
but
gonna
the
say, I
one
feel like that's an everywhere thing.
But
It's
the
a
one,
very-
the one I saw was like specifically like in some harbor somewhere, like maybe Boston or something, where they have essentially the pole out
Yeah.
across the water,
Yeah.
and you have
Oh,
to like
you have
kind
to
of
run. Yeah, I've seen
So
that.
I-
like they do that in Spain and shit.
Yeah,
Like,
so I assume this has to be because they say like the sailors are really good at it. So I assume that's just what sailors did to pass the time because they have nothing else to do on a boat.
yeah,
except,
can you run to the end of like this fucking dock pole without? Because
Right.
if you fall,
Man
you
on
just fall in the
wire.
water. So it's
Exactly.
not like it's
Right.
that like bad of a consequence.
unless
But if
they're
you're drunk,
sharks.
you slip and hit your head and then get
Yeah.
eaten by a shark.
You're half dead.
yeah,
Half dead.
well, you
Yeah.
can feel yourself falling off, like running on a fucking pole, like you know.
Yeah, it's true.
You're just like, oh, I'm going down. All right.
Sounds kind of fun, actually.
It sounds like a lot of fun.
There used to be a place in South Texas. I only know that about this because my friend's mom, when she was a kid, there used to be like a greased pole at just some like gas station or something. And if you climbed it, you'd get a free watermelon.
What?
That's old school America.
How old are you?
I'm 36, but
I'm 34.
but
What are you
that his
talking about? You're
mom,
not-
it was his mom doing it when she was younger.
oh.
so
I like the way
okay.
that you started the story because it was you said there used to be a place in South Texas that sounded like the beginning of a song.
Yeah.
Down in South Texas, they have a grease pole.
You win a watermelon.
You want a watermelon?
And you
That's
take
where we
it
are.
home.
Is that part of the opening duties of that place is to grease the pole?
I would hope so.
So, well, I cleaned the bathroom. I guess I better go
get the grease
pole.
mop.
Yeah, because if you forget, you're going to be giving away a lot of
watermelon.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't be giving away water.
Wow, man, that was
I just like the idea someone's willing to just ruin their clothes and their body for the rest of the day to get a
for
free
a
watermelon.
To feel like they won at something.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
She was very proud that she was able to do it.
We have a segment on this show called Top 3.
Okay.
Yeah, and today I might just have time for one, honestly, but kind of ties into what we were just talking about. Shout out to our friend Dom. If you have a top 3 list you wish us to populate and opine upon, join us at the Discord. That's what Dom did. Linktree.com/thegoodspod. That's how you can find us. Dom wants to know top 3 periods in history you would like to spend 24 hours again, and I'm going and claiming 1897.
God damn you.
London.
We're all allowed to say that because that's where we all
Absolutely.
want to go now.
That's why
Yeah.
I want to go now.
We never cared about that. Till
Yeah,
we
we
heard
gotta
about
burn
it
that
3
one.
minutes ago.
Yeah, as long as it's 24 hours. Like, I don't want to.
No, I don't want to be there for any longer than 20
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I don't want to get the plague or anything.
tuberculosis everywhere. My God. Yeah.
We've been vaccinated for that.
That's right.
That is
That's
true.
So that's a question. Is it like, do we live as a person?
So Dom,
Or do we
is
go as a
this time
2024
machine?
person, like
Dom-
a vaccinated person?
Yeah,
going
so
back into
Dom-
this with a phone and
Dom
shit?
makes the
With a phone. There's no cell phone towers.
yeah.
you can have your phone, but
But we can play like Angry Birds and
Yeah.
shit if we get
You
bored.
can have screenshots and pictures
Yeah, we
of
take
things.
pictures.
that
Oh, yeah,
you
take
know what I mean?
pictures.
Notes app. Notes
Yeah.
app.
You
Yeah.
can take pictures of those people's weird socks on the fucking cart.
Yes.
That's right. And you can, and then people judge you. That's not right.
trying to
That's not just trying to get through his day.
Yeah. So
just 3 men trying to pull an elephant over. Come on.
Have a bite.
So Dom clarifies, not pivotal moments in history, just an average person's day. So he's talking about.
Oh, just to exist and live as that person for
being in someone's
24
shoes.
hours. Okay.
Yeah, I think he just means like you're not, you can't be a king. You're not going to be able to change history. You're just a person who you still.
You're a fly on the wall.
You're a fly on the
more or
wall,
less.
essentially.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
You're not gonna have to work or nothing. I don't think. And
Yeah, that sucks.
you know, I would.
If you can work the one day you're
Right,
living
right.
on. Yeah.
Well, then I'll go to where they built the pyramids if I don't have to be the one to work.
Yeah, shit.
I'll run mine down real quick. Because obviously the answer is a bunch of wars, but I'm assuming you can be killed maybe in this scenario. So
You want to be in a war?
yeah, fuck yeah, dude! You get to go
we
see
can do that right now.
Get to go
We
see
can get-
Waterloo.
We can sign you up right this moment,
Well,
Rivers.
You're a history guy. I forgot. You do like history.
Yeah, let's find out what happened to some.
I hear Israel's lovely this time of year.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
wanna
yeah.
go- You want to get over there?
I don't want to be in a high tech. I want to observe
I
troop
heard the Air
movements.
Force is looking for people right now.
Yeah, that's too high tech. I want to observe
boy.
some flanks. Some
You want to see like the crossing the fucking Potomac.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Bows and arrows actually would be the best, but the first battle where they had a cannon just scaring the shit out of everybody, something like that.
Yeah.
But as people know, my heart lives in the 19th century. A lot of stuff to choose from. I mentioned the one that we just read about. Take a little sidetrack to say dinosaurs. Big dinosaur guy. Like to just see one
Dinosaurs
doing anything. And then number one, ever since I found out about
What
this,
if you went back to see a dinosaur and there was just a day where they were all sleepy?
yeah.
They're kind of just not doing much that day, and you're like, damn,
Oh,
what
damn.
a waste.
I hit the Triassic extinction. Fuck. So my number one, and I've found out about this when I went to the Yukon Territory. Y'all know about the fur trapper rendezvous.
No, obviously not, Rivers.
why would
we don't
you even
know about
ask
the
us?
fur trapper rendezvous.
Are these like
from the
truckers?
Yukon?
From the 1700s.
1800s. 18,
Okay, my
so
bad.
in the 1800s,
my bad.
the Rocky Mountains and the Sierra Nevadas were filled with people hunting beavers,
right.
lone wolves.
Yeah, hey, I feel him, brother. Whoa.
They had the shirts, female beaver inspector. They had one time out of the year in the summer when they would all come together, and it had two purposes. One was to basically restock your shit for the winter because all these people lived alone in the mountains, but also it would be to find out who died. So if you didn't show
Obituaries.
so at the summer
Facebook of its era.
straight up, yes. So at the summer rendezvous, you'd be like, "Are you going to be here next year?" "Yes, I am." "Okay, you swear?" "All right." And then a year passes, like, "Oh, he's dead," and that's how you find out who
could
died.
you go and miss all
So
of this?
wait, what do you do there?
So all of these people come from the East Coast with all of the equipment to restock all of the trappers. So when they go back into the mountains in the winter, they'll have
so
supplies.
it's like a big market.
It's a big market, and then they take all of the beaver pelts that they've harvested and sell them, and then those suppliers go back east to sell them on the market back
okay.
east. So it's a wholesale market for people who are going to make them into hats, which was the big thing at the time. Anyway, point is, that's the place I just want to hang out because you're hearing the best stories you've ever heard, and everyone is fucking lit. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Sure.
That's I like that vibe. That's,
Yeah. Okay.
It kind of hits. It
Seems fitting for you.
It bridges the gap between Lewis and Clark and like Wild West. Right in that area. So I get
You want to
a
be
little-
out in the woods.
a little bit of both. Yeah, the Rockies in the spring, Durango, Colorado, beautiful in the springtime. So
Gotcha.
anyway, that's my top three. Shout out to Don for that question. Carter, what are you saying?
I want to go to the Wild West.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
1800s. Again, this is like a whole like can't get killed thing. Right?
Yeah. We'll go ahead and say can't get killed.
All right, can't get killed because like any time
You can get killed today.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, I and believe me, I test the limits every fucking day. I'm on the streets, fucking tempting fate. No,
What you looking at, motherfucker?
That's what I'm like. That's exact. You know what I'm like.
Yeah.
I get that way. So yeah, I would probably be like that in the Old West, and I'd be like, seeing like a duel in the middle of an old town, being in get to live Red Dead Redemption. I wish it was a deeper
There we go, yeah.
reason to do
I
it.
want to ride a horse.
Want to ride a horse? I want to wear a hat.
You know the one famous guy who actually did that because it didn't happen very often. That's like
Who's
that'd be Wild Bill Hickok.
Wild Bill Hickok.
They think that most of that shootout at high noon, 10 paces, all that shit.
yeah.
It's just from him. He's the only guy who did it, probably. So
Everyone else is just like, I'm going to shoot you.
yeah. There's no
I'm
like
going to commit murder.
Yeah,
Like,
there's no
they're
10
gonna-
paces and turn. Fucking
Yeah, it's
just gonna
stupid.
kill
Yeah,
you. I'm gonna
it's
kill
really
you the
stupid.
way they killed Wild Bill and shoot you in the back of the fucking head. Yeah.
I want the petticoat.
Yeah.
I want all that stuff. So yeah, that would be fun. I'd like to go to the Old West.
Hell yeah.
And knowing what I know now about the Southwest, I would be like, oh man, there's a butt mesh there, or whatever.
Button mash.
I would find locations where current 2024 things are.
Button mash closed.
Hey,
It did close down. It did just close down.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's where the big satellites from Contact are gonna be.
Oh wow, that's There's a fucking Verizon right there.
Oh, Scientology's gold base. Wow.
Wow. Let's see. Okay, Old West. The 70s, I guess.
Oh fuck yeah! I was gonna
that
say
was gonna be
70s,
mine.
I think
free
the
love, everyone,
yeah.
lots of drugs, AIDS wasn't happening
Shit,
yet.
yeah.
Like everyone's just sucking and fucking,
Sucking fucking great music.
great porn.
Yeah, everyone's getting high on mid-grade weed. Yeah.
True.
Yeah. Everyone's got bushes, crazy bushes. Everyone's getting drunk and shit, listening to Led Zeppelin. Sounds great.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Sounds great.
Someone in the Discord said, New York 77.
Absolutely.
Okay, if I'm gonna put a location to
Yeah.
where I'm gonna be in the 70s,
Yeah.
I don't know, either here or like maybe
See-
New York.
Oh, I've got. Well, we'll get there.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll
okay.
get to mine.
Because New York 77, you got hip hop starts, you got disco going
Oh,
in
yeah,
Manhattan,
sure,
and you got punk rock happening in the same fucking
San
Yeah,
Francisco
place.
in the 70s though. That'd be pretty dope.
Ooh.
All right, yeah. So I'm gonna say San Fran in
Actually,
the 70s.
yeah, I would want to say that San Fran because you know what? At that point, that was when my aunt was out there just being a hippie,
Fucking-
like
yeah,
literally
hippies
with
everywhere,
like.
yeah.
We'll talk about this in detail another time, but recently learned that she had like an acquaintance business relationship with Harvey Milk.
Yeah.
recently
shit.
learned that.
Wow.
Yeah, because her like collective had like an independent newspaper that he ran an ad
Oh,
in.
no shit.
Holy
That's cool.
shit. That's awesome. And last one. This is an annoying answer, but you said history. So I assume it is. I mean, just in the past, I would go to 2050 and I would see me at 67.
Hey,
and I
there
would
we go.
kiss me right on the forehead, and I would scare me until I died. I would be like, "I'm me from the past." Or I'd also
Go visit yourself on your own deathbed.
Yeah, which
And the
that would suck.
older-
That would suck if I'm on my deathbed at 67. It's like
No, I'm saying go further.
Oh yeah,
go
okay.
further.
I go the 2050s then, or 2040s is when I'd be
Okay.
in my 70s, right?
What?
No.
What if older you was
You
like?
just said 20 in the 2050s. You'd be in your 60s. So
No, the 2050s I'd be in like my 80s.
How old are you
How
now?
old are you now?
37. I'm bad
You're
at
bad
math.
at math.
That's
I was-
shockingly bad at math.
I'd be 70s. I'd be in my I'd be fucking 2040s. I'd be in my 70s.
No, I
Oh my
like
God.
it. Let's keep
Okay.
going until you figure it out right.
2040s, I'd be 77.
No.
No, 2050s, I'd be 77. Fuck.
Carter, how old are you right now?
I'm 37.
You're 37. I am 34.
Right.
So let's look at it like, okay.
Oh my God.
How old were you?
I'm the biggest
2063.
brain fart.
2063.
2063, I'd be 77.
70s.
I'd be 70.
You'd be 77.
Okay, I'd be 77 in
And older you's
2063.
going to be like, you don't know, but you had Alzheimer's when you were 37.
I'll get to 2063 and like I won't be there because I died long ago because I'm stupid because I don't know math.
Hey, I had to just put it in a calculator on Google, baby.
See, our brains are too big.
I'm right
for
there
math.
with
That's
you.
what
Yeah,
it is.
exactly.
We think beyond.
I
that
didn't go to
shit.
fucking school for math.
I also just want to see what all like what's just not here anymore, which is probably going to be a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
all natural shit's just going to be. It's going to be like hellscape, fucking dystopia.
We're going to be eating iPads.
If
for
I'm only
Eating
going for
iPads.
24 hours, I don't want to go that far because then I'm just
Yeah.
gonna have. Because then you're gonna live the rest of your life with the grim knowledge of where this is all eventually going.
Oh, I already know. Florida's going to be Waterworld, the movie.
Okay, well in that case, I want to go like 20 years after I die. So like a solid.
Yeah,
well,
there you go.
You know, like. Okay, so if I went like 2083,
Yeah, there
I'm
we go.
fucking dead.
I would
by
go
then.
100 years down the line.
Yeah.
I'm definitely dead,
I'm definitely dead.
and then I just want to see where humanity's going.
All right.
So yeah, I'd say 2083 in Los Angeles or a major city. I want to see like how
Yeah,
a major
just
city.
a major city.
Although, in likelihood, you just go slightly too far, like in the time machine, and it's
Yeah.
just the weird crab squid thing pulling itself across a fucking burning horizon. yeah. And you're like, damn, dude, it's only 2081.
Matt Rife, like the clone of Matt Rife, is the lord of the world.
Whoa, what you talking about, girl?
Yeah, people love crowd work. Crowd work is not going anywhere.
In a world where everyone loves crowd work.
What do you got, Evan?
My first thought was to go to when the first humans sort of showed up.
Ooh, yeah.
Because I want to see the process of them trying to figure out what they can eat.
Oh, yeah.
Just get, like them licking rocks and stuff, going, is this good?
Yeah.
And then just going, or like grass, or just like, I want to see the trial and error
Right.
of them just trying to figure shit out.
When I think about that time period, because everybody, when they talk about like the invention of fire, it's like, oh, this keeps away deadly beasts in the night and keeps you warm. I always think like, who's that first guy that put a stake on that motherfucker?
Yeah,
It was like,
I wanna see that.
holy shit! It's gonna mean that our digestive system becomes downgraded evolutionarily because we then have to eat cooked food. But boy, that first cooked steak was probably amazing.
Like blue as fucking
No,
mind.
they had
yeah.
no seasoning. It probably sucked. Probably pretty
They compared
bland.
it to like I wish I had a little fucking some Lowry's seasoning.
Boy, if I just had some of that
Some
Kinder.
Mrs. Dash.
I was gonna say, boy, if I just had some of that Kinder black pepper, black truffle, black
Is that,
garlic.
like, people being like, I knew the first guy was white. My second one is kind of along the lines of what you said, Rivers. I like the idea of just the unsettled like frontier before.
Oh, word.
Yeah, like Lewis and Clark era kind of thing.
Even like before that.
Oh,
where, just,
okay.
where you're just like, because I went on a trip to like the Russian River a couple weeks ago.
Tell
and
folks where that is.
it's Northern California.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
Bigfoot country, baby.
yeah, and I was just like in a kayak, and there's a point where you go down, and there's no houses, and it feels like the land before time,
Yes.
and you're just like, this is the best
Yeah.
like just sitting in that like Land Before Time shit.
Yeah, I love that.
The third time, I kind of want to be in the time where I was too young to like when I was like a baby.
So I could actually be mad about Reagan.
Well, no, I want to live in a world I want to see like the world as an adult.
Yes.
When you didn't have devices.
I agree.
Ooh, yeah.
I agree with that.
like just before any devices
90s.
came out.
Like
Yeah.
one of mine
I'm
is
talking
truly
about,
like,
like,
I want to be like
1994.
1994.
No,
Yeah.
I'm talking about like pre-computers.
Like
okay.
91.
Yeah.
So like,
No, like fucking
Well,
70s.
Personal computers in your home.
So it's like early 80s, right?
Yeah.
Like 70s.
Late 70s, early 80s. Yeah.
Even like 72 is fine.
Yeah, there
Even
we go.
those- You know, like that's a good.
Computers are still pretty much in
And people are
giant rooms at that
Yeah,
point.
people are just like hanging out. You know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
fucking
People
hang out.
used
I
to
wanna
hang, dude.
Yeah,
true. It's
we
true.
don't have to hang
Make
anymore,
America
man.
great again. People don't hang anymore.
No one hangs with me specifically.
But that's not even like built out of like nostalgia.
No,
'cause I
no.
didn't experience it, but I
Right.
was like, I want to experience it, like not having shit
Yeah.
bugging me.
Right.
Oh, you'll find something.
But that's where all three of my things have in common. Like, I just don't want to be fucking bothered by
Bothered.
any shit.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
What do you got,
You
Joe?
just want to be
Oh,
alone.
like we're talking pre-Haze Code Los Angeles.
I've also thought about that too.
Pre-Haze Code Los Angeles.
Yeah,
Again,
yeah.
like everybody's out here just being fucking faggy, gay people. Like
Yeah.
queerness was being like fucking celebrated, like hardcore. That'd be so fucking fun.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Right.
Los Angeles in like the late 20s, early 30s.
Margot Robbie's dancing. Brad Pitt's
100%.
killing
We're
himself.
We're talking Babylon era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. Second, like Gilded Age New York City, like late,
Ooh.
like 1800, 1897 New York City. Like,
Oh, yeah.
That would just that feels like if I want to go to like a Victorian, but not Victorian. I want to go to like Gilded Age. I want to hang
Yeah.
out with Christine Baranski in the Gilded Age. Like that's what I want to.
Oh, okay. I was like,
You know
you
what
want
I
to be in
mean?
like Gangs of New York?
I was about no.
I
That's
just want
1860s.
no, that's, yeah.
It's 1860s, okay.
This is like when wealth was like the
okay.
stock markets. This is 30 years before the stock market crash. So like it's just the wealth. Like was
That's
when
right.
Manhattan was first becoming like the
Yeah.
millionaire's playground,
Yeah,
and I was like,
right.
that'd be kind of fun.
That's right. I want to be beaten by John Rockefeller's goons from the Pinkertons.
It could be fun. And then
These are good picks. These are good picks.
the last one is, I mean, it's so me code. It's so basic, and I'm sorry, and everybody is not going to be surprised. Anaheim, California, 1955, the opening year of Disneyland. I want.
Oh, yeah.
I want to see the hot mess that was the opening. Like,
Was it bad?
like I mean, women. It was so hot. The cement that they had poured down had not yet dried, like all the way. So like literally, like people's like heels, like women's heels, were like getting like sinking into the concrete.
So you gotta wait.
yeah.
You gotta put his shit back like 24
Well, it
hours.
would have been. It would have been like fine had it not been an off the record hot day. Like
really?
it was not supposed to be that hot, and for
shit.
some reason, it was like a freak heat wave hit.
Yeah. Bit of dialogue in Jurassic Park where he says, "Oh, when Disneyland opened in the 50s, nothing worked," and Jeff Goldblum says,
Yeah, but John, if the Pirates of the Caribbean breaks down, the pirates don't eat the tourists.
That's true.
"Yeah." So that's how I knew Disneyland was fucked when it first opened.
Like that's. I mean, I just want to. Yeah, I think that would be really, really, really cool to see that because I've seen footage.
The footage is always crazy.
Like the high def like remastered footage of that shit. It looks like it was just like a chaotic but fun day.
Blew people's
like,
minds, yeah.
Yeah, it was. I just want to see it below everyone's minds because no one's ever seen anything like
You gotta
this
see the
before.
food and the food prices.
Yeah.
Dude. and the fact that it's like a ticket to Disneyland $3.
Yeah. 10 cents for an entire roasted chicken.
Yeah.
Well, no, the thing I want to see is I'm sure you've been to the Peterson Museum and seen the little mini racers.
Oh
they built.
yeah.
I just want because if for those listening, at the Peterson Museum in Los Angeles, which is a car museum, they have these little mini racers that were built for was it the first year of Disneyland or it was one of the first years?
Yeah, it's early days.
And now tell me when this starts sounding like a bad idea. These were gas-powered miniature cars that were put on a track, and children were placed inside of them. They would crank the cars up and then just let them go. And it's not a go-kart. It's not a two-stroke. It's a mini car. So they immediately ripped that out and I think put Space Mountain where that used to be.
I mean, no, because the car thing still exists. It's now just on a track.
Yeah, they took. Yeah. This was.
It's now like
loose.
slot car shit.
This
Like
was-
it's 2-lane slot car.
These were.
No, I know what you're talking
loose,
about.
And they
It
just
was-
had hay
they
bales.
just let him go.
It's just with hay bales to crash into it. I think that was it.
Let 'em go.
So now they have those cars inside of a museum because that was
be
a
free
terrible
as a
idea.
kid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. For
free.
cancel culture, make my kid Dale Earnhardt again.
You got to get born again.
What do you got, Sam, for the time of traveling?
Well, I think obviously you want to go back to that faithful, of course, December 24th through 25th at John Benet Ramsey's house.
Oh, Jesus. Whoa. I'm so sorry. I was laughing because when you said faithful, I thought you were going to say something about Jesus.
I thought you were going to go to the first Christmas. I thought you were going to be like, to a little barn in Bethlehem.
In
Seeing
comedy,
Sam-
we call that a misdirect.
Seeing Sam at the first Christmas.
He's one of the wise men. Like,
Right.
Could be.
But seeing Sam at the John Benet Ramsey murder.
Oh, I brought gold. I brought frankincense. I brought myrrh.
Yeah.
I bought El Pollo Loco.
Yeah.
Would you step in to stop it? Or are you just a fly?
But
No, I want to
you
know.
can't change
I wa-
history.
yeah, I
That's
Can't
wanna-
change it. Okay,
Yeah,
I
I
just
you
want to
just be
know.
fly on the
I just
wall.
wanna know.
I just want to know.
We know.
I know. We
Yeah.
know.
But you
I
wanna
wanna
be
know.
sure.
No.
Yeah, you want to know
I want
now.
to make sure there's no terrorist organizations sneaking
That's
into
fair.
the house.
You want to be on
Yeah.
that no. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then let's just stick with the 90s. You got to go to Dallas strip club.
Oh, my
Anna
God.
Nicole Smith dancing her heart out on stage, shaking that ass.
Oh, hell yeah.
Making millions of dollars, shaking that ass. You got to be there in the moment.
You want to be there with that old guy like
Yes.
sponsor?
I don't even care about being there that day. I just, you got to see the vibe. A world-changing vibe.
That is like any moment in history, and you would see Anna Nicole Smith in her
Stripping.
Stripping. Yeah, why not? They only have 24 hours.
Trim spa, baby.
Trim spot, baby.
Y'all want to make some money? Man, those commercials. Y'all want to make some money? Trim spa, baby.
Oh, God.
It's so pilled out. And that's a great pick. That's a great pick. Everyone's got these great picks.
I remember watching like the first episode of her reality show, and she's like all pilled out, like crawling underneath a dining room table in a house she's thinking about buying.
Oh, God.
make some money.
And people saw that. I saw a reality TV, and they're like, "We need more of this. We need more pilled out crazy lady on TV."
Kind of like my body.
Oh, shit.
And then I don't know. This is hard because you can't change anything. So you want to be like, I want to go take the needle out of Bradley's arm or something.
Oh, yeah,
wow.
dude. Keep
or
that.
fucking knock the shotgun out of Kurt's hand.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
you want to say something
Or
like
out
that.
of Courtney's hand.
Yeah, or tell
Or the guy
tell
from the
Tupac, don't get in that fucking BMW, bro. Don't get in it.
Don't start shit with Diddy, bro.
Yeah.
Tell so many people to not
Turns
go
out-
over to Diddy's parties.
Yeah.
Turns out he's
Let's just.
Whatever you do, don't talk to this guy named Jeff Epstein.
An island? He has his own island?
Wow.
Whatever you do, do not go there.
I guess
I am
let's.
Matt Groening. I guess I'm rich. I don't know. It's an island. Rich guys go to islands. I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
I'll also hit the
Islands.
70s, New York. First hip hop party ever.
Bronx,
Oh, yeah.
baby.
Yeah, 75, I think, something like
Yeah.
that.
Sick.
Cool Herc, right?
Yeah, his sister threw the first ever official
Beckett Stonewall.
official thing with a fucking flyer.
Oh, yeah. Hell
The
yeah.
first flyer for a hip hop party ever that is known to exist
Cool.
is from here.
Wow.
So why not?
Hell
Go check
yeah.
out the first hip hop party.
That'd be
Cool.
fucking
Yeah.
awesome.
Fuck yeah. Well,
Almost as awesome
So,
as
like,
that.
Huh?
Have they ever made like a documentary about that? Because I'd watch the shit out of that.
I
There's
don't
that show that
NY77.
Yeah, I don't.
No, I mean there's it was called hip hop fucking
Oh, yeah. I know what you're the Netflix
yeah,
one.
Yeah, Netflix show, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if they've ever specifically covered this party because little to no information exists. The fact that a flyer still exists, which is handmade by Cool Herc's sister.
But see, that's why that could be like a really interesting subject of like we don't know anything, so let's let's do what we can to find the people that were.
And I would assume a lot of the people who were involved in that are now deceased.
Sure.
Just based off the fact that it happened a long time ago, and some of the people doing it were adults at the time. So. Yeah. You know, and it'd be cool. It'd suck. You know, it's like the original days of rock and roll. It's not as good as it is now sonically.
It wouldn't be like the movie version where everyone's just like dancing out into the street and shit.
Yeah, definitely.
There'd definitely be some people being like, I don't know, this is kind of stupid.
I feel like we were all so close for one of our picks, like from the 60s. Like I kind of want to change one of mine to just like
you can't.
No, I'm not. No,
you can't.
He's stuck with John Benet Ramsey.
Yeah.
No, I'm not changing it.
You couldn't make fun of me out of Anna Nicole Smith. No, you're stuck in the dinosaur era or wherever the fuck you want to go.
Dirty Bart.
But I also thought about like the Lincoln assassination just because I want to see the play.
Yeah, you want to see what it was?
What is it?
It's
Our American Cousin.
My American Cousin. Yeah.
But it's also just like I want to be there, being like, oh shit, this is fucked up. You know?
Yeah.
Apparently, I hear the guy next to Lincoln. Like there's a couple next to Lincoln who they were like
I know exactly where you're about to guess.
Yeah, they're like a political high up. I don't know. They were like supporters of Lincoln, and they're sitting next to him, and they witnessed Lincoln getting murdered, and then later on the guy murders his wife. Like,
I thought you were gonna say the aside from all that, did you enjoy the play, Mrs. Lincoln?
Yeah. That's one of my favorite things to say to people.
Oh, I need to see this play like I need a hole in the head.
No. Somebody tells you a terrible story or something. You're like, other than that, how was the play?
Other than that, how was the play, Mrs. Lincoln?
Well, that ruled. Thank you, Tom. If you, as I mentioned, have top threes you want us to weigh in on, please tweet at us at @TheGoodsPod or join the Discord, linktree.com/TheGoodsPod. You will find the link.
I came home from work last night and ended up getting roped into partying with my neighbors for her 22nd birthday.
So you're like, hey, let me weird old man this place
she
up.
literally, the birthday girl was like, I was like, oh, happy birthday, this, that, and the other. She goes, oh my God, you gotta see, we did the whole apartment, like all glow, it's all glow stuff, come with, and I'm like, okay, like, so she was like, let me give you a tour, and I was like, all right, so she gave me a tour of the apartment, and then the next thing I know, the whole party's back in, and they're like setting up some fucking like drinking game shit, and they're like, are you in or you out? And I'm like, I guess I'm in. Sure, why not? I mean, I'll hang out for a round of flip cup. Like, that's fun.
Being a gay man is crazy. Energy. None of us would ever get invited to the 22-year-old birthday party.
I don't have
Only you,
energy,
Joe.
It was exhausting.
I
was there for 2.5 hours.
Every time I hang out with 20-year-olds now, I'm like, God damn, you guys are on a level that I can't fuck with anymore.
Yeah, getting fucked up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not even that. It's like the slang they use is crazy, and they're doing it like ironically, but you're not even sure what the slang means. So you're just like, "Are you stupid as fuck?"
I will say, they seem like pretty
okay, I know it.
Yeah, but see, none of that was like, it was wild because I had to keep asking. It was like, how old are y'all? Because like it wasn't like listening to another language. Like they weren't. It wasn't all this fucking slang shit. They were just all drunk and chatting and having fun and fucking playing flip cup.
Normal.
They're being normal fucking 20-year-olds, 22-year-olds.
I learned no cap recently, so
dude, you're fucking like 10
you're really
years behind.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, I didn't need to know.
I recently learned what like the Ohio of it all. I recently learned.
I don't even know
means.
what that is.
So, from my understanding, it's basically our version of saying like bumfuck nowhere.
I thought it was just. I thought it meant bland.
So when they're like, I skibbited off to Ohio with my grandma, they're like, so I was in the middle of bumfuck nowhere with my, you know what I mean? Like,
okay.
I just figured out Riz.
How far fucking behind are you two?
Pretty far behind.
Riz is like old.
Losers.
I don't even think they're saying Riz anymore.
We're not all hanging out with 22-year-olds.
I've not heard Riz in a long time.
It's starting to get played out.
Yeah.
That's why Carter's now learning about it.
And so is like cap, no cap. Like that shit's
Never
getting
heard played
like
out before.
Yeah, no cappuccino.
On God. That's one.
On God, I
also
love.
not in the zeitgeist anymore.
No?
Yeah.
Now they say on King David.
Do they really?
Yeah.
I think
that's wild.
I think they not like us has become into the vernacular too. saying
yeah.
I cuss around things. Yeah.
I haven't.
I
heard
base
that
this all
one.
on the influencer videos that I edit, but Riz, Not Like Us, all that shit's still in there.
Yo, we have time for just one more segment, and of course, this is our jam up the week.
Baby, you a song, you make me wanna roll my window.
It's like one of those songs that within 2 seconds of it starting, you know it's going to suck so bad. And you know that anyone who likes this is an idiot. Just within 2 seconds, you're like, damn, I'm already that far into knowing about this song.
Yeah,
Oh, boy,
It's
I already
coming out
know
of someone's car.
I know exactly what every single fucking comment he's about to make says already. We don't have to do this.
Make America great again.
Yeah.
A lot of times.
Yeah.
There was surprisingly not a lot of that. There was actually, because this song is, I think, from
What
like
is this song, by the way?
2011, something like that.
Got the Florida Georgia line with Cruise.
That's right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 2012 is when this comes out, and that is important because there was not as much Trump shit as there
fair,
was
yeah.
people, because this video features, I think, a Dodge or some kind of truck that people were upset about, and there was a lot of comments along the lines of people being like, well, I don't buy fucking Chevys anymore because GM's owned by Obama now. So it was the
anti-Obama.
there was a lot of anti-Obama auto bailout stuff, more so than Trump stuff on this. But
Weird.
nonetheless,
You got to post about what's
Strange.
important.
yeah. Nonetheless, this song
Got to be
has
topical.
Yeah, definitely.
Sure, I'd be current.
this song has 165 million
Fam.
views, 29,496 comments, and yup, I read every goddamn last one of them. And so let us now dive down into the comments of "Cruise" by Florida Georgia Line. Do people sing FGL at karaoke out here?
They wouldn't come to your karaoke place to sing this shit.
I mean, at the same, I mean, people definitely come and do like country
songs,
this maybe once, twice in the 5 years that I've worked there, like I've heard this.
Yeah.
I'll say this: cover bands on Broadway and Nashville cover the shit out of this song.
Of course, yeah. Well, the reason I asked is because this is, fairly metropolitan here. Al Lisa 4 years ago. I was just thinking about the time I got in a bus wreck to this song.
Whoa!
Hell yeah.
So somebody's on, I'm assuming a city bus, perhaps, or maybe a school bus. Hopefully not.
I'm just thinking that's the song playing in her mind while the bus wrecks.
Yeah, while she wrecked it off a cliff.
I've been in a bus.
Yeah,
that-
she's the bus driver.
I was in a bus
She's
wreck.
sitting there like staring
You're the bus
into
driver.
nothing, like with the song in her head.
Yeah, baby, you're a song. Just crashing a bus off a cliff.
I was in a bus wreck, but a car just hit the bus I was on, and it wasn't that interesting.
No.
And then
I was in a bus wreck, too.
You always
That's
wonder
really-
what happens when a bus gets wrecked. Nothing. You just have to get off
You just
and
have to
walk to
get
the
off.
next bus
Yeah.
stop. And then they act like you're crazy when you're like, hey, I just paid for a bus that got hit. Can I just get on?
Tim Simmons 1 month ago. It is a tragedy that Western women are never like how they are portrayed on music videos.
Oh boy.
Fun, carefree. This is a total illusion, but it is what a perfect woman could and should be. Make women fun and thin again.
Why aren't women like in the music videos where they aren't allowed to talk? Why aren't they
And
like that?
Thin. Fun and thin.
Again.
That's
I'd love to see his picture.
Oh, yeah.
Picture on there.
I tried clicking it. There's just a little letter
Of course,
T.
he's a coward.
I was
He's
doing
not
some
allowed to-
research for our next week's one, and there was a lot of real pictures.
Oh,
along
hell
with
yes.
the craziest thing to admit ever.
Oh, now this one is pro-Trump, and I can tell because the screen name, pro-Trump, 1966.
You can also tell what year he was born too.
2 months ago, July 5th, 2024, beaching. As a former DJ, I'm just having fun with these songs. I got one hot girl missing me tonight. I'm headed to the beach alone, by myself, with Jesus.
Oh, God.
Not really by yourself. Then.
No,
No, there will only be one set of
Yeah.
footprints.
count the footprints, motherfucker.
He's just horny. He mentions how alone he is multiple times without a woman.
Lord, protect me from jerking off on this beach.
When I was a DJ, they would fucking get on stage and shake their fucking ass for you, dude. I'm serious, dude. It was fucking awesome.
He's like, I know God isn't a woman because then I wouldn't feel alone.
Tristan Berry 3 years ago, 17 years old. Me and my buddy had gotten into tuner cars. I was hanging out the window with half my ass on the door panel and the other half of my ass outside. 90 miles per hour.
You're riding the crack. The crack is down
His
the middle.
asshole is on the window. of the fucking
window is touching corn eye.
yes. So we're going 90 miles an hour. We passed my friend's girlfriend and my high school sweetheart. Uh-oh, there's some drama there.
Oh, boy.
Little did I know, a couple of years later, she'd be dead. Nothing like a song. I was like, wow, that's fucked up, bro.
Usually, you're like, this person has no one to talk to in real life. And this one, you're like, this person doesn't know to not say any of this stuff.
So I was doing the dumbest thing you've ever heard of. We passed by a woman who is dead now for undisclosed reasons.
Good song.
Great song.
Should have been me. Should've
Anyway,
been me.
I love music.
Dika Games 18 hours ago. Oh my God, hot off the presses. This music makes me just want to get in the car, stop by some cozy country city, meet an incredible country girl.
She's incredible.
That's how it's spelled. Incredible country girl who looks like Peter Parker's neighbor on Spider-Man 1.
Mary Jane.
Wow, this guy's horny.
Oh, no, the neighbor.
Yeah.
This guy's watching like a 15-second clip of a movie going, who is she?
This man's got his dick out, hog in hand, watching a clip from Spider-Man with Kirsten Dunst.
Toby.
His dick is out, but he's like typing, so he doesn't have his hand on his dick, but his dick's doing like the little bouncy thing.
I had to look this up because I haven't seen Spider-Man 1 in 20 fucking years. The neighbor is a Ukrainian girl with pigtails, so that's his type.
What's it?
Oh yeah, and he doesn't like her, but she's like, I can.
Right.
I would like to.
I need
Yeah.
your dick.
Yeah.
What's an incredible country city? Which ones are incredible and which ones aren't?
Well, no, he's. They wanted to go to a cozy country city, which is obviously Aspen, Colorado. Meet an incredible country girl who looks like Peter Parker's girlfriend, or next door neighbor. So let's see. Oh, then the rest of that looks like the neighbor on Spider-Man 1. I'd marry the shit out of her and just enjoy life in a farm with her knowing that I have to treat her like the best thing in life because she will make you feel the best man in the world.
I love incels, bro. I fucking love them. I love incels so much. They're just like, I saw a girl from a movie. She would love to live with
This
me.
guy
She would move angel that I would
love
make
her.
my life with.
I will love you so purely, baby.
This guy spends
We will live in heaven.
This guy spends 90% of his time like browsing mail order bride websites.
Oh yeah.
Like clay on a wheel, I form a woman in my mind. Mold
clay on a
her.
wheel.
Mold her.
I live in Pensacola, Florida, and everyone treats me like shit.
The beautiful part about the incels is they don't even mold the woman in their mind. They find a real life woman that wants nothing to do with them, and then they're like, "You're my angel girl. Please live on a farm with me." And she's like, "Please get away from me. I'm not Ukrainian, actually."
I'm a celebrated character actor.
Yeah.
This guy's crazy, but I love his screen name. Corey Hydration from 9 years ago.
Smart man.
That's right.
It's like a Tim and Eric character.
yeah, no shit.
Hey, it's me.
Fuck these pieces. Fuck these pieces of shit for stealing this song from me. After I finished with Flo Rida in court, I'm coming for my Grammy, you sorry asses.
Stop.
He wrote this song.
You know you got this song from my CD when we met at the club.
Corey
At
Hydration?
the club.
Corey Hydration, I guess, handed his CD to the Florida-Georgia line and also Flo Rida one crazy night in Tallahassee.
And I believe him.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I choose to as well.
Corey Hydration.
Apple bottom jeans, boots with the fur.
With the fur.
He definitely wrote
I
that.
hope Corey Hydration.
Corey Hydration wrote that.
I hope he has an album called H2O.
Oh,
That'd be
definitely.
a good one.
Jimmy Florida Tube 9 years ago. I lived in California for 12 years, but I have moved to North Central Florida because California sucks. I'm 61 and I have a 27-year-old girlfriend.
Brag.
And
Brag.
I sing along to all of the songs of Florida Georgia Line. I party pretty heavy and I live the lifestyle these boys sing about. Florida's the shit, baby.
Nice.
I like how people like find any way to just criticize California for no reason.
No reason.
So
Oh,
you're
yeah,
just
absolutely.
Like, I hate California. We're like, what?
Why?
Okay.
It sucks. Okay.
Meanwhile, I love this song. You know, it's like,
I'm going to go to Florida and date a 27-year-old pillhead. Yeah. She'll put up with my shit. She'll cheat on me constantly.
She'll
but-
cheat on me constantly and wait for me to die. So
Yeah.
that's-
and
People bring their hopes and dreams here, and then it doesn't work out for them. They're like, it's the place's fault. It's not me. I'm
Yeah.
still perfect.
And then I spend half my time in online forums just typing California sucks.
Christian Bellin, 11 years ago. My ex loves this song. I'm going to sing this song to possibly get her back.
Oh, no.
Just imagine a woman in bed, and then somebody just pops up, baby, hear a song, like, ah!
Christian, go away.
Yeah.
We haven't talked in 10 years.
I say make a video.
Yeah, in those last 10 years, he's probably done it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, he did that.
Dr. Johnson hung well from 6 years ago.
You know he was so happy that he got that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, fuck.
I'm happy that he got
He's
that.
like,
Mother,
oh, fuck yeah.
motherfucking Bart Simpson name. Like,
I didn't realize I was talking to a doctor.
Is there anybody here named Dr. Johnson Hungwell? I need a Dr. Johnson Hungwell.
Yeah, if you email Dr. Johnson Hungwell at Gmail, it'll get to him.
Yeah.
He's got that name there
that's
too.
it. That's his email across all platforms.
Yes.
Dr. Hungwell, PhD, says, I want to hear the next song. You know, the one after the shit hits the fan with the woman. And he isn't so optimistic about her.
Oh my God.
Oh, no.
Trauma
That
in
is
the
like,
comments.
That is absolutely like the screen name for like Brett Kavanaugh. You know what I mean?
They got last one here. Magic, 518, 12 years ago. Just another one-hit wonder that sounds good on the radio and horrible live.
Oh my God.
Horrible. At the New Hampshire Country Music Festival, one of them actually heard me say they sounded horrible, and then he chucked a water bottle at my head.
I have a feeling you screamed, "You are horrible," for them to be able to hear you.
This sucks.
Yeah.
He says, I had to be removed from the stage after I attempted to go after him.
Wow.
Hopefully, at least one of them will be in jail before the year's end, and you will never hear about them again.
12 years
That was
ago.
12 years ago.
Yeah, none of them have been
This
in jail.
flipped my opinion on Florida Georgia Line. I came into this being like, they suck, and now
I mean,
I'm
they
kind of like,
do.
I mean, they do. They still do.
But that's pretty funny that if somehow they managed to catch at a very brief moment of silence a guy going, these guys kind of suck, and responded by chucking a water bottle at his head.
I doubt.
Amazing.
I doubt this story happened.
Oh no, I doubt it does. Yeah. Or if
I
it did,
severely doubt it.
Or it was because he was trying to grab the guy or doing some shit like that. You know,
Right.
yeah. You don't just be like, yeah, these guys suck, and then get hit with a water bottle. But at any rate, oh, you want to roll my window down. That is Florida Georgia Line with Cruz, our jam of the week. Evan Kessler, where can people find you and your podcast?
Yeah, at Evan J. Kessler on all the social media apps, I guess. And my podcast is called Won't You Be My Killer?
Yeah, tell them a little bit about that. It's one of my favorite elevator pitches for a podcast
Yeah,
I've
it's
ever
Yeah, I
heard.
just have friends on and they tell me how they would murder me.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is
Hell
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun show.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Joe's been on
I
it.
have been on it.
I gotta listen to that episode, and I gotta think of my own. Hopefully we'll get together.
We'll get there.
Got a lot of bad feelings about a lot of bad things, Evan
Well, I love
Kessler.
to get murdered. Okay?
Yeah, hell yeah. Joe Kaye, where can people find you online?
Oh, you all know it, Joe Charles K on the things. Also follow at Avatar Comedy Show on Instagram.
The Nude Africa forums.
Yeah, check those out for updates on the shows. Come out to an Avatar sometime. It's fun.
Where's that at? Tell them.
At the Good Night in
Good
North
night.
Hollywood.
No ho. Sam, where can people find you online?
Sam Harder 666 on Instagram. Slam Harder on Twitter. That's Goods from the Woods YouTube page. Thursdays at 5.
Streaming, babies. Tune in. Carter, where can people find you online?
You naughty babies.
Yeah.
You can find me at Carter _Glasscock on Instagram. I used to have a Twitter, and I look through it sometimes.
All right.
It's stupid now. Now when you click on trending, there's not even a 1 through 20 list anymore.
yeah.
It's just random, random terms.
And nothing is searchable either.
No, it's impossible.
Yeah, and I can't look at people's likes anymore to see what Nazi shit they were liking. So
Ooh.
fucked up my whole shit. But anyway.
Now I'm liking the most heinous posts ever. It's great.
I was gonna say it's actually making it easier to keep track of if am I my main or my porn.
Well, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Rivers Langley. You can come see me calling all of the action at Wrestling Pro Wrestling with friend of the show,
Hell yeah.
Eric Barnes, November 1st at the goddamn Regent Theater, downtown Los Angeles. We've got a co-headlining show that's with the band Lily that is going to culminate in the lead singer of Lily taking on in the main event our very own Ricotta Flair, going one-on-one with the lead singer of a popular Los Angeles-based indie rock band. That's the main event, folks.
Hell yeah,
So,
that's so cool.
oh, I cannot
I'll be there.
fucking wait.
I'm going to be there.
8 o'clock, I believe, on
Already
November
got my
1st.
ticket.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
October 1st?
November 1st,
November
8
1st.
o'clock. Yeah, that's
I'll
right.
be there.
At the goddamn Regent. So come see me there. I just wanted to say, everybody in Auburn, R.I.P. to Brian Henry, the bike dude, one of the best people I ever knew. He coached my second grade baseball team. Fucking awesome guy. R.I.P. bike dude, man. We're thinking about you. If you would like to join the party over on the Discord, please do so by going to linktree.com/thegoodspod. Buy a shirt, prowrestlingtees.com/thegoodspod. It'll make you look skinny on TV. Patreon, best way to support our show, patreon.com/thegoodspod. If you're watching this and not just listening, you're already doing the best thing you can do to support us. But our second best way to support the show is to head to Apple Podcasts or Spotify, rate, review, and subscribe. Show the attitude of gratitude, because if you do not have the attitude of gratitude, Daddy, we're putting you in a baby carriage and pushing you into a large porter.
Look at him go.
The Goods from the Woods was recorded and edited by me, Rivers Langley. You can find our show on Twitter at The Goods Pod. Our theme song was composed by Jonas, the Space Cowboy.
This was a Brain Freeze podcast.